and running, and they will jump into the games, my friends. On into the games. I'm just gonna leave my water right here. I'll probably have to take a BRB after a while to get my water refilled, but that is A-okay by me. A-okay. I think I've got the... Yeah, I did post to Discord. I feel like I've forgotten to post to Discord the past, like... Maybe not the past couple streams, but over the last week, I have forgotten a few times. So I'm trying to be on the up and up and being a good boy and posting to Discord and not forgetting such things. All right. Grab this guy. And also, of course, crack open my caffeinated beverage. I really like these. These are the Mr. Brown. Well, Mr. Brown iced coffee guys. And actually, I didn't realize this. These actually have quite a bit of caffeine in them. It's like 100 and... actually, it says somewhere on here. 120, 140. Like, I think a typical cup of coffee is like 80 milligrams of caffeine. Maybe 90. And this one has like well over 100. So these are like pretty caffeine-y, and I actually did not realize that when I bought them. But I mean, I like them. I like them a lot. It's actually nice because you can buy these at a lot of international markets. They are, I want to say Taiwanese, traditionally. Let's say where it's brewed from. Product of Taiwan. Yeah, so it's from Taipei. So these are a Taiwanese kind of coffee beverage. You can find these at a lot of international markets. However, there's one not too far from where I live, where Grace and I live, where they sell just 24 packs of them. You can just buy a box of them. So that's what I did. I bought a 24 pack of them. And like normally these are like, I don't know, maybe a little bit more than $2, like $2.39, like $2.19, something like that for one of them. And I was able to get a 24 pack of them, and they were like, the dude that like was checking me out, he was like, well, we don't really have a scan, like a barcode for this, but they were on the store floor. So I was like, you know, if I'm allowed to buy them, I'll buy it. He's like, yeah, just 1 second. He like asked his manager like to, he's like, hey, it's okay. He's buying them in bulk, and I give him like a discount. And she was like, yeah, of course. So I got like the 24 pack for like, I don't know, 18, 19 bucks. It was like kind of a homie move for that by that guy. It was really nice of him. But anyway, I think we're all set. Multi-stream is up and running. Go ahead and crack this bad boy open. Crack that shit open, man. Missed the schedule. I mean, it's no shame in that, Will. No shame in whatsoever. My general mentality when it comes to having a stream schedule and like sticking to it is like, it's a good idea to stick to it. But if it's unsustainable, if like, you know, you're sitting down, you're getting your stream set up, and you're like miserable, and you're like exhausted, and you're like, fuck, man, I don't want to do this, then don't. Like, it's, you know, don't force it. If it's untenable, then like, yeah, don't make yourself miserable. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's like, if you're just like, fuck, man, I can't do it right now. You know, it's like, try to find a schedule that works for you, because you want it to be sustainable. You want to find something that works for you, and don't feel like you have to like fucking, you know, beat yourself up over it, obviously. So that's generally my kind of philosophy about the whole thing. Cracking open a cold one. That's right. Cracking open a cold one, and you're all the boys. Every single one of you. Even if you are not a gentleman, even if you're not a dude, you're still one of the boys. As we all know, the boys, as we all know, the boys is not a gender exclusive term. I think we all understand what that's all about. One of the boys, it does not mean you're a dude, does not mean you are a penis owning man necessarily. And any sort of gender identification can be one of the boys. I think we have all understood that. One of my favorite lines from Good Burger. He's a dude, she's a dude, I'm a dude, we're all dudes. We're all just dudes. That's what it is. That's what it is, guys. All right, I think we're all set. Jumping into Luna Abyss, my friends. Yeah. All right, cool. Luna Abyss begins now, my friends. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Saturday stream, and let's jump in. Thanks to Keymailer for the review key for this game, so I can check it out. We will indeed do Warden difficulty. Experience with action games. Yo, I'm an experienced gamer. What can I say? What can I say? No, so the Keymailer gave us a hookup for this one. I'm excited to jump in. I was saying earlier how at first I wasn't so sure I was going to attempt to get a review key for this one, because there were opportunities for applying for one, and I had held off for a while. But after a while, I was like, you know what? The reviews came in. It looked pretty good. It looks good, even. The reviews look positive, and also a couple friends recommended it to me, so that was what kind of nudged me over into saying, okay, I'll give it the old college try. Developed by Koali Labs, by the way, which is to say, Koali, they usually are a publisher. I think they've developed maybe some mobile games, but they're usually a publisher, not as much of a developer. But I think this is the first game on Steam, at least, that is developed by them, which is kind of neat. So, you know, forging new territory for them, which is kind of neat. Koali's a weird one because for a while there, yeah, that's the developer, right? Koali is an odd one because for a while there they published a bunch of games that I wasn't really into, but so for a while I kind of discounted them as a publisher, but they've really pumped out some bangers or published like some bangers over the past couple like year or two. So if they had like quality control previously, they have swung real hard the other way. They've really shown themselves as being a if you'll allow the expression, a quality anyway, a quality publisher. They've really turned that ship around, because at first I was like, I don't know. No, they're doing great. They've published some really good games. Onimusha demo, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I never played into the Onimusha games back in the day. Very striking image, that moon, that blood moon hovering over the planet. I heard this game's story is fucking incredible. I've heard this game's story is wild and is like way more interesting than anybody would have ever guessed. Because when I first saw the game, it didn't look like a narrative, like story kind of game. But apparently the story is like fucking cool as hell. That was another thing that kind of surprised me when I was seeing the accolades from the game. I was like, really, this game? But yeah, you know, these things can surprise you.
You
Oh yes, what is that moon?
A bearer of the mark. Sentenced to 9,125 days of scout
Jesus.
servitude and stripped of your earthly status, you now belong to the All-Father.
Call me Daddy.
Transfer to the Blood Moon Penal Colony will commence immediately.
You heard it here, folks. Sentenced to the penis colony. A fate worse than death, or better than death, and depending on how you feel about such things. The Blood Moon Penis Colony. That was kind of a 2001-esque cutscene, wasn't it? That very first one with the light shining down on the planet, very slowly coming into view. Of course, we played Directive 8020 last night, and that game was also very, very cool. I want to go back to that one for sure. That one also had some 2001 isms sprinkled throughout. Okay, so it's a penal colony, and oh my god, are we wearing, like, striped? Yeah, like old school cops and robbers, like, striped prisoner clothes. That's actually delightful. Excuse me?
New scout.
Gun.
What a pleasant surprise.
Robot lady? No, well, I mean, maybe. Android or something? Cyborg? Just a head?
Welcome to the Red Moon.
Huh. Unexpected. You think she has a pretty good head game? I know. I'm sorry. No more. That's my one, like, well, I shouldn't say out of pocket, because let's be real. But that's my one, like, maybe not, is it the term down bad? Maybe not down bad, but that's like the one, like, I don't know. Just an uncalled for question I think I'm allowed to pose during the stream. What exactly are you?
Huh? What are you?
My name is Aylin. I'm here to help you settle into your new life on Luna.
Is this an abyss on Luna?
We don't use Earth names here, so from now on, you'll be going by the designation Fox.
Fox, get this guy off me! Yes, I did hear about that whale. Yeah, I never played the original, actually. It's gonna remaster. That's cool. Remaster the first one. I heard the first one was incredible.
It's a good name. I chose it myself.
Yeah, because I guess that was oh gosh, what was that developer? Where they made a billion of those kinds of, like, Telltale developed game. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was one of their earlier games, and I heard it was very good. Very, very good. Are you a giant head?
You're a giant head.
And you're a small human who is being inducted into the Scout program. It's been a while since I had a new Scout.
Now, just so we're clear, we're called Scouts. and we're on the moon, or on a moon at least. Sailor Moon confirmed. Sailor Scouts, Sailor Moon. It's I'm just saying, we're on a moon. Luna Abyss. I'm just saying, man. I'm connecting the dots, bro.
Most of mine have got lost, or, well, perished.
I shouldn't be here.
You were gifted the Mark of Luna for a reason. Only those who bear those beautiful red eyes are chosen for such important work.
You call this a gift?
You don't want to disagree with the All-Father, Fox.
Now, we never got an answer as to her head game. I'm just saying. Just saying. I mean, it's probably the only game she has, but
enough
still.
of that. You must be very excited to be here.
If head game is all you can offer, if that's all you can bring to the table, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
What kind of prison is this?
Don't be so dramatic. Now, as a scout,
I wonder what crimes against humanity we committed to be
down in the abyss.
designated here.
Scavenging technology, reconnaissance, cleaning. Whatever we want you to do, the more missions you complete, the faster your sentence is reduced.
The Abyss?
So there is a spark of curiosity in there. The abyss is the infinite structure inside of this lunar object you find yourself on.
Some kind of abyss in this lunar
In other
object.
words, you're in space. But don't
In
worry.
space.
Scouts don't leave their cells when they access the abyss. You'll stay here whilst remotely piloting a warden, a sort of living machine. Speaking of which, let's get you settled in, and then we'll look at assigning you one.
Anomaly detected. Canyon District. Scout action requested. Selection begins.
I thought it said Canada District and I got disappointed.
Selection completed. Scout 5437, codename Folks, to report for duty.
Fucks.
Well, out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Looks like we'll need to settle you in later. Let's assign you a warden.
That's me. Which is to say the player. The player is the warden, I'm guessing.
The end only comes.
With the abyss is talking?
You say stop. Time to wake up, little wanderer.
Unexpected.
It's time to wake up.
Maybe that's one of the wardens. I have awoken. I will look around. Got the Chivo wake up as a warden. You ever like, you know, you launch a game on Steam, you start playing it, and you get that one achievement that's like, you started the game, achievement unlocked, little pop-up, bing, and then you go over into the Steam achievement, what's the word? It's like the Steam achievement, statistics. The Steam achievement statistics, and you're like looking to see, it's something I do sometimes. Like, what are the more rare achievements, and what are the things I can like try to flex on by getting like one of the more rare achievements and just feeling proud of myself. And then you look and see what are the more common ones. And the one that I just described, the one where it's like, you launch the game, here's the Chivo, and it's like 93% or 94%. And you're like, wait, how have people avoided getting this achievement? In some cases, they might have added it after the fact. You know, they like when the game first launched, like, you know, it took a week for them to add the achievements in or something like that. Then it's a little bit more sensible. But still, it's like, yeah, it's like, how have you avoided getting this one, man? I guess, like, maybe there was some folks where they launched the game and it crashed on launch. Or, like, you know, for one reason they just couldn't get it up and running. And they said, you know what, I'll set this down and come back to it. And they just couldn't, like, get past that intro part for one reason or another. Collect. Gotta hold it. Get some little lore dumps. Shitty makeshift tombs. Seeping into the terrors in his warden, the black liquid, alive, moving. Interesting. All right. So we got these memories to seek out. I'm supposed to have a flashlight, do I? It's dark and scary in here. Alright, well, let us proceed. Oh, the door's open now. Okay, here we go. The best! Defense, is that a good offense? Well, let's go ahead and hop to it. Gun. Collect. H. Scout rifle. Yeah. Well, I mean, presumably, they don't start counting achievement statistics if someone has 0 hours in the game or like has never launched the game. Presumably, that like percentage only counts for people that have actually launched the game at least once. That's what I'd presume. Because shock value, I'm in no position to judge. I'm in this exact same situation here. I mean, Lord knows I have so many fucking Steam games. My Steam library is an embarrassment and an affront to humanity. So, the amount of shit that I own. And there's a lot of stuff that I've just never played. I mean, I try to do a decent job of playing a wide variety of games on stream, which is great, but still, there's so many more I've yet to play. So no, I'm the exact same boat. There's so many where I haven't even launched the damn thing. Found something with which to defend ourselves. Can lock on to enemies. Okay. There's the door. It looks like it overheats. Good to know. Do the little lock-ons. That's neat. Opens it up. Cool. Cool. Exactly am I right now? Game looks great. It's looking good so far. There was a little bit of a frame rate dip earlier during one of the cutscenes, but like gameplay-wise, no, it's looking just fine. So that's what we need to go up there. This is probably the game's way of saying like, need to like prove ourselves with platforming and such. Yeah, press space to jump. I know we can sprint already, but I don't have any sort of dash right now. Beep.
You're there. That's it.
Are you watching me through through this thing or something?
Hold that up there and...
Like a whining noise. I was like, oh god, what's coming at me?
I see the Abyss has chosen a Fate Warden for you. I take it you must be from a working class background. Oh, and you found a scout rifle too. How resourceful. But enough idle talk. The Old Father has made a request. A rare piece of drift technology has been detected somewhere in the canyon. An excavation tool known as the Shield Breaker. We need you to retrieve it for study. I'm adding its general location into your objective system. Track it down, and the Old Father will reward you.
Get an objective. Alright, tool for the job. Do I gotta pop these bad boys? Gonna be over that way. And I don't suppose I can just like climbing through things. It's like, I mean, there's like something there. But yeah, that's just a wall. Alright, well, let's start popping these things. And when this thing overheats, what happens? It overheats, and you just gotta wait for it to cool down. Actually, it cools down pretty quickly. Not too bad. Pretty striking. It seems like, I don't know if this is all part of a megastructure or what. And honestly, man, megastructures are kind of in right now. We've played a handful of games recently where where traversing a megastructure is a big part of the game. We had that with Motor Slice. We had that with, I haven't played it, but I think Beton Brutal has that. What was the one I played with the ice picks? Lorne's Lure. Lorne's Lure has that. Metal Eden had that one. So yeah, so like, and I honestly, I kind of like it. I like that as a setting. Traversing a megastructure. I think it's like a very interesting setting. Of course, Half-Life 2 is one of the OG traversing the megastructure games. And with that game, you don't really like truly traverse the megastructure. You see parts of it, obviously, and you traverse parts of it, but it's not like this looming thing that is constantly that you're having to like manually navigate through, because it's still like, you know, a level-based, chapter-based experience. But still, as a set piece, the megastructure is a set piece and is a big part of that game's story. Eyes watching. Always lurking. Lurking and twerking. Alright. Game looks great so far. Looks great. It feels just fine. I'm digging it. Yeah, we can run. So I'm sprinting. Oh, what was that? Something skittered out. Skittered away.
Strike carefully, Fox. There are adrift nearby.
Adrift.
Don't be deceived by those still with a human form.
Human form.
Their souls have been consumed by the scourge that rots this place. All that's left is pure horror.
We got some spooky times. Not terribly surprised. Wait, you're telling me that you gave me a gun and there's like bad guys and potentially adversaries that are trying to stop me and I might have to shoot them with this gun? That's not surprising. So what is the scourge? Saith Churchill. Do we have a name for the first guy? First guy, Silvio is the first guy. From The Sopranos, of course, Silvio Dante. Probably, if not my favorite character from the show, definitely one of them. Definitely one of them. I still can't believe that they hired Stevie Van Zandt for that role, having no prior acting experience, and he did a really good job with it. He did a really good job with that role. So, okay, I thought this is what, like, the kind of person I was piloting, and maybe I am, maybe that is. But I also wonder if this is what the enemies are gonna look like. Clearly the option is to shoot it, right? When you see something unfamiliar, just try attacking it and just see what happens. That's how it works. Never watched it. Yeah, you've probably heard me talk plenty about how Grace and I watched it for the first time recently. It's an interesting measure for a show, and like how much of an impact it leaves on culture as a greater sense, or leaves on you individually. Like, you know, since we've watched The Sopranos, we've watched a couple of other things, and you know, watch a season of this or complete the show for this, like Euphoria. We watched the Euphoria season 3 finale, and it was okay. It was just okay. Am I gonna think about that season 3 Euphoria finale ever again? Very little, very minimally. I mean, maybe like, you know, I like season 1 and 2 a lot of Euphoria. So season 3 was like, without spoiling anything, I'll just say season 3 was like, I was entertained by it. And it had parts that were pretty interesting, I thought. But it wasn't as good as season 1 and 2, and it was just a different kind of show. Season 1 and 2 was like artsy and creative and had like really cool dream-like sequences. It was like a show greater than the sum of its parts. Season 3 is like, anyway, here's what happens next. It's not really like, it never felt creative. It never felt artistic. But seasons 1 and 2 did. So yeah, like I watched the season finale, the series finale, or Euphoria, and I go, it was alright. But the series finale for The Sopranos will stick with me for the rest of my life. Like, it is a show that has ingrained itself in my DNA, and it was very good, and I liked it a lot, and it has aged pretty well, and it was not perfect. And it wasn't like my favorite show necessarily, but it will stick with me forever. No question. Cutscene time? So I recommend it. It's not for everybody, and not everyone's gonna love it, but generally though, I recommend it, and I buy into the hype. It is as good, I think, as people make it out to be.
Death to the intruder! Death to you!
Summon some friends. Breaking Bad. Well, yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Whale, because like a lot of people see The Sopranos as kind of like, at least partly an inspiration for shows like The Sopranos, or shows like Breaking Bad, shows like Mad Men. The nice thing about Mad Men is that you can draw a tangible line between the creation of Sopranos and the creation of Mad Men, because the main guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that the showrunner for Mad Men got his start working on The Sopranos. He was one of the writers for The Sopranos under David Chase. And he had this idea for a show. He was like, I want to make this show about like advertising in the like 50s and 60s, I guess the 60s specifically. I want it to be based on Madison Avenue. I want it to be like, you know, high-powered executives and all that shit that was happening culturally throughout the 60s into the 70s. And like it was like this idea that he's always had, and he brought it to David Chase. He presented it and said, David, you know, you did such a great job with The Sopranos. I would like to work with you on this show. And David turned him down. He said, this is such a good idea. You should make it. Like, don't make me the showrunner. This is your baby. You should be the one to do it. And he was right, because he did a really good job with Mad Men. Mad Men's an incredible fucking show. John Hamm is the actor, but he's not the writer or like the showrunner. I want to say like
I probably should have warned you about the Mother Eyes Network.
I can't remember the guy's name. I would know it if I saw it. But no, the main writer and the showrunner for the show. He didn't direct every episode, but he was like the principal showrunner, the way that David Chase was the principal showrunner for The Sopranos. He wasn't the only writer, you know, like a lot of people contributed to it, but there's like the one guy at the top to kind of run the show there. So yeah, a lot of people what's the word? Attribute The Sopranos as being like this show, like the idea of heralding these shows that have like a different idea of storytelling. I think for a long time, TV shows were seen as like, oh, you know, you watch the episode, it's about a good guy who does good things, that by the end of every episode, you feel a nice warm fuzzy. Matthew Weiner, thank you, Will. That's the guy's name, Matthew Weiner. You know, not every show is like this back in the day. Obviously, The Sopranos was not the first show to do this, but it was one of the first shows to do it in a popular sense and kind of like in an anti-hero sense. This idea of, yeah, a show where, like, you know, it's about dudes that are doing bad things. Every episode does not end with warm and fuzzies. In fact, it rarely does. And there's ambiguity, and there's you know, things that you won't like, and there's things you will disagree with, and character motivations that are mysterious and not always easy to predict, and like just that whole notion of making a show like that has more of that is more inspired by movies than other TV shows of its era. You know, a lot of people, a lot of the folks that worked on like Breaking Bad and The Wire and like, you know, there's other kinds of stuff, Succession, point to The Sopranos and say that was one of the ones that really inspired us. Anyway, so what do I do here? Do I just yank it? Are we yanking? Or do I shoot? Again, violence. Is violence always the answer? Let's see how it's like pumping the stuff. It's doing like the Scooby-Doo thing where like, see like the bulginization as it flows. Remember in Scooby-Doo, they would get the big sandwich stack and they would go, they would like unhinge their jaw and devour it in one gulp. And you would see it go down their neck like that kind of thing. So you can see it's a snake. Like a snake fucking enveloping the juice from this fella. From this thing that we just killed. Like Seinfeld. Oh wait, like the show or the actor or the comedian slash actor, because I know that I'm pretty sure Jerry Seinfeld was like pretty involved with that show's creation. But I guess it was Larry David. I think Larry David was one of the showrunners for that show. But I think Seinfeld himself was probably pretty involved though. Yeah, the show. Yeah, Seinfeld's a good example of like a TV show. Well, I mean, of course, it was a comedy show too. You know, I guess that's the thing. Talking about comedy shows versus dramas. David Chase got his start, I think, working on television. He was trying to get away from it because he wanted to do movies. So doing The Sopranos was kind of like one last hurrah for him to do TV before he wanted to focus more on doing movies, and it blew up. It it did really well for him, and he was like, well, shit, I guess I kind of want to keep doing this. And he really enjoyed working. So that was, you know, the fact that he got his start on TV and did a lot of TV back in those days, and apparently didn't really like it too much. That was kind of his impetus to say, okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it different, and I want to do it my way. Did a good job with it, I thought. Not every episode was great, and there were some things that I think didn't age as well. But overall, yeah, I think the show did a pretty good job. Oh, you're saying no one in Seinfeld was a good person? I mean, it was the show about nothing, right? Like it was a show about a bunch of weirdos. Were they bad people? They were just average. I mean, they were imperfect. You know, I would say they were imperfect. I don't say they were bad people. but well, maybe some. Maybe some of them were bad people. I would say that you could argue that. You could argue that some were bad, but usually it was like just slightly imperfect. Oh my god. So Gracie just sent a funny message to me. She was saying how, so our cat Ferret did something funny. He has this weird habit where if he's like slightly annoyed at something, he'll just poop in front of the litter box. So if the litter box is a little bit too full, or if the food bowl is a little bit too empty, or if he's just feeling like a little shitter, he will poop just in front of the litter box, just as a way to like say fuck you. So Gracie just sent a message. She was saying, so there was a giant pile of poop in front of the litter box, and his food bowl was empty. She was going to clean up the poop, but as she walked towards it, he ran in front of her, tripped her intentionally, hissed at her, and then scampered away, like ran away like he was scared. So it's like he's like trying to maximize as many ways possible to be truly a little shitter. So that's cats for you, man. There you go. There you fucking go. I'll never forget, there was one time where, this is before we moved in together, before we got married. There was one time where Gracie was like, well, I was snuggled with Ferret, the cat, and he ran up, walked over to her water that was on the table, knocked it over, just like, he was like being nice and snuggly, and then he just like, and just like had a fucking course of energy, runs over to the coffee table, just fucking smacks her water bottle over, her water cup over, makes a huge fucking mess. And then Grace, understandably, was like, Ferret, what the fuck? And was, fucking scolded him. And then he was like, and scared, and then ran into the other room and took a huge fucking shit just on the carpet. And she told me that story in text, and that was how she described it to me. So, motherfucker, like, makes a huge mess, acts upset that I freaking scolded him. I would dare scold him after such an act, and then as retribution, he shits on the floor. And then at the end of the text, it just said, "Cats," period. Just like, what else can you say? Fucking cats, man. Fucking cats, man. Oh, you gotta get you that one. There we go. I was looking for the thing to target, and it was that guy. And it's interesting because we saw that from afar, so there might be instances where you have to like shoot them through the bars. Like, actually, I can't tell if you can shoot the bars. Maybe you can't. Okay. Anyway. Now we go. And now I wonder if that'll... You know what? I'm not going to try, because I could see that being a hazard that would actually hurt me. Yeah, for the 90... Yeah. Relatively speaking, I wouldn't say there were anti-heroes, though, or even villains. You know, like, without spoiling anything, I don't... Well, I don't think this is a spoiler to say that Tony Soprano is a fucking murderer, and you see him do some fucked up shit is the thing. You know, it's one thing to be like, oh, this person's kind of mean, or, like, kind of a shitter, but it's like, no, this person, like... This is a person you don't necessarily find yourself actively rooting for. You could say the same thing about Don Draper, John Hamm's character in Mad Men. Don Draper, I don't think it's unusual to say that Don Draper is actively not a good person in that show. I would even go as far to say he is actively a bad person in that show. But in a weird, fucked up way, is that like, when I watched Mad Men, Don Draper, I think, was a very interesting character because he's so fucking tormented and so conflicted and so, just wrong in so many ways. And yet you feel drawn to him and you want him to get better and you want him to improve and you find yourself rooting for him despite all the bullshit. I didn't feel myself rooting for Tony all that much on the show. I would say some of that for sure, but definitely with Mad Men, you find yourself rooting for the presumed protagonist despite all the bullshit because you want him to improve, you want him to, to resolve his darkness, you want him to come out of it better. Does he do it? That's where it's questionable, obviously. But yeah, it's Mad Men's a good show, very very good show.
Salvage left here, All the useful technology was taken a long time ago.
I would say The Sopranos I wouldn't recommend to everybody. I mean, I think it's very good, but it's not necessarily for everyone. Mad Men, I think I would recommend to just about anyone. The kind of movie or TV goer that might not love The Sopranos, but man, I think Mad Men is probably the best show I've ever watched. I can't imagine a viewer archetype that wouldn't like that show. And I know not everybody does, obviously, but I would recommend it for just damn near everyone. Anyone. Yeah. And then there's Always Sunny, right? Well, the great thing about It's Always Sunny, of course, you know, It's Always Sunny, Seinfeld, these are comedies, of course. Great thing about It's Always Sunny is that, you know, they are awful. They are genuinely awful people, but the great thing about it is that they're also so fucking incompetent. None of them can, like, succeed at their schemes or their plans because they're such fucking idiots. Now, there's idiocy in The Sopranos, too. Not all of them are brilliant minds, necessarily, the way that Don Draper is a brilliant mind in Mad Men. But yeah, what's great about It's Always Sunny is that they're all just such fucking dumbasses. Like, you're laughing with them, but also at them, and you don't feel bad at laughing at them because you want them to kind of fuck up because their schemes are so harebrained. Yeah, It's Always Sunny is it's a very unique one. Now, I'm pretty sure the way this one is pronounced is waif. I'm pretty sure this is the waif, but it's much more like 2014, 2015 to say my wife. Oh, I know it's factually incorrect, grammatically incorrect.
Prisoner.
And yeah, so this is the warden we're controlling.
No. I am a relic of different times.
But I'm pretty sure you would pronounce that word
I
waif.
envy you surface dwellers. These depths grow stifling after a while.
Ouija time! Yeah, dude, I fucking love that video. And just instantly loses his shit. That'd be a good sound effect to add to my list. That'd be a good one.
A relic of different times.
We create time where none exists. It has no material meaning, no worth with which to measure. Everything that is exists only as the sum total of what was and what is yet to come. As the snake swallows its own tail, so time swallows itself.
I'm not sure I do.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Lost? Good to see you, buddy. Says I enjoyed this one as well. The demo, at least. It's off to a pretty good start.
Nothing in life is irrefutable.
I'm not sure if what I'm playing right now would have
We'll
been
reach
a
a
part
different
of the demo originally. I never did play the demo. But we're still in the early stages, and I'm liking it so far.
But please tell me, what brings you to these decaying halls?
I'm looking for a piece of technology. Something called a shield breaker.
Ah, I see. So the automated detection system is still in working order. I use an old workshop not far from here. I think what remains of your shield breaker can be found there. Follow the path through this tower and cross the pipes that grow.
Is this the far future? I think it's implied. I think it's implied this is like a distant future.
Thank you.
Or an alternate reality. Because the whole idea is that we are, you know, like this entity you see before you, this Fox character, is not the protagonist. This is, I mean, it's what we the player are controlling, but the protagonist is on a like a lunar colony, like some kind of moon prison colony, and they are remotely controlling this fella. So this entity we're controlling presumably does not have its own, you know, facilities. It's being controlled remotely by a prisoner on the moon, like a prison colony. So like that, obviously that kind of technology doesn't exist right now. So it's either like an alternate future or like an alternate history, or maybe it's not even Earth, maybe it's somewhere else. I don't know. Is it a robot? It's kind of not clear what exactly they call them wardens. It's kind of unclear what a warden is exactly. Are we Naki? Unfortunately not. We've seen other wardens and they just have nothing going on down there. I mean, well, which is to say there's nothing going on down there, like also no nipples, no nippulars. But yeah, they have like little something.
Take
They got
care, young
little something
scout.
that are covering some things, but there's nothing to cover. I don't think. I know, pretty disappointing. No balls, no nips, no giners, nothing. Disappointing. Disappointing, man. Stored in the balls, always, and forever. Some Nier Automata vibes. There, you know, there actually might be something to that. Actually, I've not actually played any of the Nier games, Automata or Replicants or otherwise, but what little I know of that game's that series' setting, there might be some common threads here for sure. Word. Let us proceed. Surrogate, kinda. Yeah, the whole idea of controlling a presumed lifeless thing, but maybe not lifeless, but controlling something remotely to like do your dirty work for you. Is that because they were saying like, yeah, one of the benefits is that we don't have to like go off into the wild to take care of business. You know, we can control this thing from afar without putting ourselves in danger. It's like, okay, that sounds great and all, but yes, what's it like for those down here? What's it truly like down here? Anything else, by the way?
Take care, young scout.
Nothing else new. What does the protagonist want? Well, she's a prisoner, so just serve out her sentence, really. The idea, excuse me. The idea is that one of our kind of overseers was saying how, you know, you're on this prison colony, you got to serve out your sentence. Them's the breaks. But what you can do is do these tasks for us, and if you do enough of them, it will lessen your sentence. It'll shorten your sentence over time as you complete stuff for us. So, not my church. Not my church. Not my church. What does it mean? This way. It all mean go away. Yeah. So like I said, yeah. So that's the, I think, just right now is that, you know, we're just trying to do whatever we can to shorten our sentence. But there's probably more that meets the eye. There's probably stuff lurking behind the scenes. As is often the case with games like this, things are not all as they seem. You know. You already know. Yo, what's up, Zabatsu? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, well, Zabatsu, that was my question, because I was saying, you know, you see, like, giant lady head with, like, red eyes, and she's, like, kind of talking to you with, like, you know, mean mommy vibes, and it's like, lady, you know, what do you think her head... I posed the question earlier, what do you think her head game is like? Because if head game is all you bring to the table, probably pretty good. It's probably pretty good, let's be real. But, you know, I mean, would I be bold enough to ask that of her when she could fucking devour me? I don't know, maybe it's what I want. Maybe it's all I've ever dreamed of. Who knows? Yeah. Things are not as they seemed, and they're also fucked up. I mean, potato, really. Things are all are or as not as fucked up as we thought. They are either as fucked up as we think they are, or they're more fucked up than we think they are. Yeah, no, I think things are fucked. I think things are legit fucked, but we're not exactly sure to what degree, because, you know, we're still in the early stages of this game. There's still plenty we've yet to see firsthand. So I shot the crystal thing from afar. I'm guessing I was probably supposed to, like, come down here to shoot the thing and see it firsthand, but I done broke it. I done did it. We'll keep an eye out for potential paths that could lead us to more of those little crystal fellas. Pop those little tumors from afar as well. I have no idea how those things develop on those pipes. Hard to say. What are the bad guys we've been fighting? It's kind of unclear. It was maybe implied that they are related to the warden that we're controlling in some way, like some kind of, like, their humanity was stripped from them, all that's left is their anger, like that kind of thing. Some kind of, like, soulless ghoul that did have soul, that did have some of its own faculties that have now been corrupted. I think they called it the Scourge. It's part of a force or a some evil entity, some nefarious presence that they just refer to as the Scourge. If I had to guess, we'll probably learn more about that soon. Yeah, these guys. Ow. Yep. Overheating a little bit. So the bullet hell stuff comes in a little bit. I wouldn't exactly call it bullet hell, but there's a lot of projectiles getting thrown at you. Yeah, what exactly are these guys? Yeah, it's kind of unclear. It's kind of unclear, but I'm sure we'll find more about its origin, about their very nature and their origin probably sooner than later. Is there magic? I don't know. I mean, it's I would say it's sci-fi. I would say definitely sci-fi. This doesn't give me like fantasy, like magic in the sense. I mean, I guess it depends. You know, what do you call magic? If sci-fi is far-reaching and weird and eccentric enough, you know, does eccentric sci-fi become magic? Does eccentric sci-fi become fantasy adjacent? You know, depends on where you cut it, where you draw the lines. But I would say no. It's like these things are more kind of based on like the idea of technology and megastructures and civilization creating these things and a society that allows it, you know, for better for worse. The idea of lunar prison colonies and these abysses deep inside of these lunar spaces. They said that the lunar abyss we're delving into is a presumed infinite space deep inside this moon. Look at this guy. And we can get an up close look at this guy. I'm gonna guess this is not intended behavior. Probably a glitch, but it gives us a nice opportunity to kind of get up close and personal and see what these guys look like. So not like, I mean, you can see like the head's kind of fucked up. They call it a raw head, and like the arms are very clearly mutated. So, like, you know, we talking like bioengineering. We talking fucking like, you know, experiments gone awry into super science and like that kind of shit. Moral quandaries and ethical shit thrown out the window. Hard to say. Is it an AI shit? I mean, maybe. It's kind of unclear. Nothing has been told to us exactly right now, and the protagonist seems pretty in the dark with some of this too. Nothing overtly that talks about AI. They called it this. We've heard this like overseer, this like Overwatch presence that they called the Allfather. And we heard his voice once. It's like this kind of commanding presence that is clearly the boss of the big head lady. I think the Allfather is the basically like the warden of the prison. Like the role of our character right now is called a warden, but I think the Allfather is like, if we got a prison, the warden is the guy that runs the show there. So I think the Allfather is like the prison warden, basically. Is it like Blade Runner? Maybe. I don't know. I guess really the answer to all these questions is I really don't know. But I would say maybe. Yeah, I don't know. When I think of like Blade Runner synths, you know, synthetic created humans. I mean, you know, test tube babies, that kind of shit, or just crafted humans. Maybe. Yeah, really hard to say, but we'll probably find out more soon. Where that came from, of that I'm certain. It does seem like this game has a lot of, like, quite a bit of narrative, of a narrative focus, much more so than I would have expected. More of a narrative game than it first lets on, at least, which is not a bad thing. I'm not afraid of a game that you know, has like an interesting story to tell and a unique way of doing it. I embrace it. But I just wouldn't have expected it from just based on what little I saw in the game's trailer. It seemed like just, you know, shoot. There's shoot bad guys. There's a bunch of projectiles coming towards you. So there's like a bullet hell aspect of the combat in this game. But kind of cool that, yeah, there's this focus on really interesting narrative and like world building and story that kind of sets it apart from the competition. Can I make that jump? Almost. Do I want to try and do that all again? Yeah, probably not. So that was all to unlock this one door. We, of course, saw that from down below. I'm looking for more crystals, by the way. Little bonus fellers. Another one right here. And of course, the ones we kill, they just vaporize. But we can find some that are just kind of scattered throughout. And they look like they're pretty mutated looking humans. Whether they were that way from the get-go, or if they were human at one point and became mutated after the fact. Or if they were engineered to be violent creatures. Oh. Boy Mysterioso. Can I go up here? Too steep. Too steep to climb. This is all about. And slide. Woo! We're sliding, looks like. Gotta make sure we prove ourselves. And I could just like, let's see. Yeah, I could just like walk underneath, or I mean, it's more fun to do the slide. And woo! So cool. The guy to open that next door. All right. Boop. Pumping the juice. We're juicing up the door, inflating it with door juice, or door energy, I guess. Just the way it bulges, bulginating, pumping it up. Pump up the jams. I do like how when you're
rifle, aren't you?
when you're amongst the megastructure.
New London. A sinful place, according to the Allfather. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
When you're
It's none of your business.
trying to talk over the lady.
Your transition here was a blessing, really. Anyway, it seems you have a clue from that disconnected about the Shieldbreaker's location. But be mindful. Not everyone you meet in the Abyss will be so kind.
I mean, yeah, we've had some, nefarious beings. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that I kind of like how when you're amongst kind of the exterior of the megastructure, I would call this the outside portion of the megastructure. I mean, you're still inside a megastructure, but like it's more of an open air area. I like how the shadows are being casted constantly, and there's like this pendulum, like a clock. Like a pendulum and a clock, like ticking, like a giant grandfather clock swinging, cast these ominous shadows. It's an interesting setting, and it's full of very cool set pieces. Very dark, very ominous, very domineering, very hopeless. Very like, what's it all mean, man? What's even the point, bro? So here's another warden. The warden that we're controlling is just like this guy, but he's dead. Who is Mother? So we know there's the Mother Eyes, right? The thing that was generating the dudes we had to fight in that first conflict. No parents, nor memory of their own creation, but they frenzy out in ways that allow them to summon other bad guys to fight for them. So this is not a place of honor. You guys are already dead, obviously. Yeah, like I said, yeah. Are they naked? I mean, again, you look at the crotchular area. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to hide. No nipples, no crotch, no butt crack. I mean, the most boring nudity that the world could ever envision. It could not possibly be less sexy. Sad, but it's true. Else down here. I do want to keep an eye out for alternate paths and things to potentially seek out as we're platforming along and solving puzzles and shit, because like I said, we know there's the crystals to break. I'm not sure what you get by breaking the crystals, but presumably there's some kind of benefit, some kind of tangible benefit. It's not necessarily always going to be super duper linear. Sometimes there will be secrets to find and bonus fellers to seek out. Seems that the game does a pretty good job, however, of kind of leading you along as far as like what's the next path to go. Like we saw, this area was pretty well lit, so that kind of like lends itself to, okay, I'll jump down here. This is probably the next place to go. That was one thing that I struggled with a lot when I was playing Lauren's Lure. course, I never did beat that game, and I do want to go back for it at some point. But with that game, there's so many potential ways to traverse that game, to traverse the megastructure in that game. So, you know, the game does what it can to try to advise and try to, like, give you some paths to follow, but some of those paths are just, like, red herrings. Some of them are kind of meant to lead you astray, and you're really just kind of on your own for so much of that game, and, like, trying to figure out how to traverse it. It's a good game, and I like it, but, like, I kind of like it. I'm not complaining. I'm not sad to have a curated, like intentionally designed megastructure path that still feels like you're traversing this enormous and just impossible thing, this impossibly large and just an unfathomable structure, and still feel like you're kind of being guided along. So that part I do kind of like. Because Lawrence Lure really nails that feeling home. Like, you know, you're in this megastructure, there's no clear path, and you're gonna get lost. You're gonna get turned around. It's exhausting and overwhelming. And the platforming in that game is very good, and it doesn't feel like a chore necessarily, but it's tough. It's really tough. That game really drives that feeling home, almost to a fault. Like I said, I'm not opposed to something that's a little bit more curated in that sense. No hole. Well, they have one. They have one hole. One hole is better than none, as they say. Not exactly a cover shooter, but I'll just to help me. I do like the lock-on mechanic. The lock-on mechanic really helps, I think. Kind of cut through the noise because there's so many projectiles and so much like other stuff happening when you're in combat. So the lock-on mechanic also helps kind of simplify things. I appreciate when a game is willing to meet you halfway and say, all right, we're throwing a lot at you. How can we make this a little bit easier to cut through the bullshit? Whee! The freeze frame when you kill something's kind of neat too. Teleport? Oh no, that was just a switch I hit. Okay. Don't go towards the light. Don't do it. You got too much to live for. For anything else, and specifically anything to like lock onto. I see that you can probably walk on this thing. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I could walk on that. Down on this guy? No, I cannot. Okay, well, never mind then. I was gonna say, yeah, is that like a secret path? Maybe. Maybe. So yeah, discoveries. So yeah, the crystals. There's the little lore nuggets. Eventually there'll be other weapons, presumably. Presumably there'll be other weapons eventually. There'll be a dash button eventually as well. We don't have the dash right now. Like the tunic he's wearing, like the vest he's wearing. Oh, I guess it's ammo for their guns, basically. Yeah, they're arm cannons. Oh, let us continue. No yellow gamer paint, all red gamer paint. Alright. You know how some games have a very clearly defined color palette, or certain parts of certain games have very clearly defined color palettes? We can all agree this game is dark, like black, red, and I guess like white from the lights as well, but it's like a lot of that. I mean, there's some other colors, but like a lot of red, a lot of Shadow the Hedgehog colors going on here. Black and red, and evil looking and feeling. We got some blues. We got some purple area with those lasers. It's some variety. Ooh, a new thing. I see the shiny. You see the shiny? It's like a shotgun. Looks like it might have some shotgun energy. 8. Shield breaker. That's the one we were looking for. The piece of technology to break shields. Who knew that a shield breaker would be used to break shields? Who knew? Open the weapon wheel and switch weapons. Can I just mouse wheel? Just mouse wheel. Or...
Your sentence has been reduced by 10 days.
Look at that. Lower the sentence. Very nice.
Out in those blue energy fields. I'll just locate a disconnection point to bring you back.
A little bit of lag when you fire for the first time, but yeah, so it's a shotgun. Kinda. Like I said, I say shotgun. No, it's a slug. It's a shotgun with that fires a slug, not a spread shot. So it's accurate. But there's like a pump action to it, so yeah, kind of shotgun, kind of, sort of. Shotgun adjacent. Crystallization. Yeah, there's blue crystal patterns or clusters we've seen. It's called drift. Drift is the substance that we've seen, the blue stuff. Okay. Okay. I can read that out loud as always, but just kind of skimming it for the tidbits. Gives off quite a bit of light too, which is nice too. It overheats just like any other gun, and it looks like the overheating is gun specific, so if one gun overheats, you can just jump to the other one, no problem. It's kind of nice. Oh, there's another, it's a couple of them. The mother eyes, there's a few of them here. They're clearly, like, dead or decommissioned, but yeah. Nice. Spooky-like. They said, use the shield breaker to, well, you guessed it, break shields. Ba-ba-boom! That shield is broke. As a joke. Bam. Very cool. Just slurp up here. See what awaits. It's like the stock looks like it's made out of wood. It kind of does, doesn't it? I guess they're really trying to lean into the shotgun vibe. Yeah, you're right. I see it. It's like a wood grain to the stock, which is a little bit unexpected. I'm guessing that's to like really tell the player, hey, this is kind of like a shotgun. Really, really leaning into it. And let's be real, if you're trying to make a game that is has at least some boomer shooter isms, you need a badass shotgun. That is a non-negotiable, as we call it in the industry. Badass motherfucking shotgun. Get back to the scout rifle. I'm guessing we have to use it to get from afar, right? Oh. Collaborate and listen. Ow, my brain. Take responsibility. What's it all mean?
Anomalous signal detected. Camden District. Scout action requested. Selection begins.
We're getting yanked out of here. We might be yanked out soon. Put on a different mission in a different area.
Scout 5437. Designation Forks.
Or maybe we're just where we are right now. We're just going to the next thing, maybe.
Fox, we'll have to look at disconnecting you later. I've synchronized the origin location to your objective system, so you should be able to follow where that sound is coming from. Looks like that shield breaker may come in more useful than we thought.
All right. Yeah, I thought maybe they were gonna yank us out and like send us to a different spot with a different warden, but nope, we're controlling this guy a little bit for longer, at least a little bit longer. I wonder, does it have to be the scout rifle to open the doors? Oh, that's a shield actually. Never mind. You can use the shield breaker to open doors. I want to see what this looks like in combat. It one-shots those fuckers. That's satisfying. Oh, here we go. So here's where the bullet hell shit comes in. Break that shield. There we go. Like, this might be inefficient to use this thing against these kinds of bad guys, but I mean, again, if you want to make a boomer shooter-esque game, you better have a real satisfying and sexually gratifying shotgun to play to use. Now, that being said, when it overheats like that, then you want to switch to a different gun. If I overheat this thing, switch the other guy, and we're fucking ready. How the bolts are moving nice and slow. Pretty cool so far. I'm really digging this. This is really compelling. Story is mysterious. The set pieces, I think, look really cool. I think the game has a very compelling look and feel to it. The world building, I think, is interesting, and I think it's very visually gripping. This kind of setting just looks like, oh fuck, like there's some shit going on. There's heaviness to it all. Feels badass. Gameplay wise, it feels good, and combat feels really good too. You feel like you've got some like cool abilities and some cool powers. these drift crystals. They will heal you apparently. You know, you've got cool offensive capabilities, which is great, but also, you know, lots of cool things to explore and seek out. What this mouth do? I'll collect it. Is that a health increaser? It is. Very nice. Was this game reviewed positively? Yeah. Yeah, it's on Steam. And I mean, it's been out for a few weeks, I think, and it's not like I'm not gonna lie to you and say that like, oh my god, 100% of the reviews are positive, but the vast majority are positive. I mean, you know, of course it's not gonna be everyone's favorite, but I would say I'm impressed by what I'm seeing so far. Affected. And pop that guy, and that's gonna lead to our next destination. It looked like there was maybe one branching path, but I think it was just that same area we just saw. I think that was a branching path that caught my eye. Is this game fairly linear? I would say yeah. I think it's fairly linear. I mean, there are some secrets to find. So there's collectibles. There's a, I wouldn't call it a collectathon per se. Oh, sorry, no, my internet's pooping out a little bit. Wait for it to see if it recovers, but I think we're we dropped some frames. I think we're back. I think we're back though. Yeah, sorry, my internet pooped a little bit, but I think we're okay. If the stream stuttered a little bit, it was not on your end. Do not feel like you have to adjust your television sets. It was most likely on my end. But no, I'd say it's primarily a fairly linear game, I think. I don't think there's a lot of like branching paths. It's definitely not an open world game, definitely not. Which is fine. To be honest, I find I get kind of tired of open world games quicker. You know, there was a time where open world was like the new hotness, and it was like so exciting, so many possibilities. But as I've gotten older, I kind of lean into more linear games more often than not. I mean, as long as it's not like a hallway simulator. You know, some games it's like you're just going one hallway to the next, and there's like nothing to even look at. You know, linear is one thing, but like if it's too much, then it can feel a little bit strangulating. But no, I'm liking this so far. It's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, there are the collectibles to seek out. There are the oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. There's the collectibles. There's the secrets just to seek. There's some things to keep an eye out for. Shot. Bam. I'm impressed by how the combat feels. That was the thing that was the one thing that I think was gonna make me kind of be like, about the game. Because when I saw the bullet hell projectile patterns, I was like, I don't know. I don't really like bullet hell games. But
You shouldn't be here. You need to leave.
yeah, I can't actually fuck her up. I just have to take out the things she summons. Eventually we'll unlock a dash move, and the dash move will help us kind of get out of these big scary situations here. Yeah, at least I can like duck behind cover and shit. That actually helps a lot. I feel like a little bit overwhelmed by all the stuff being tossed at us. There'll be the inevitable masculine urge to like get in close and like blast a motherfucker with the shield breaker. But again, I have to remind myself this is a slug shotgun. Slug my balls. This is a slug shotgun, not a spread shot shotgun. So getting closer does not necessarily mean does better. Not that style of shotgun. Ow. Ow. Ooh, new enemy type reveals itself. Celebrants. Money.
Manny, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Manny? Manny, are you okay?
Yeah, like, normally this kind of thing I'd be like, not a big fan of, but at least I've got, like, stuff to hide behind. I never really played any shmups. I never played any shmups back in the day. I never, like, you know, cut my teeth playing bullet hell games, Toho games, that kind of shit. I never had any interest. So, yeah, when I see these kinds of attack patterns, I kind of go like, I don't know if I love this. But like I said, at least I get covered to duck behind. That kind of nullifies some of the anxiety about this these kind of attack patterns. Get fucking exploded, idiot.
That was a close one.
It's like cyber Satanism? Maybe. I don't know if there's demons necessarily is the thing.
Aristocracy of the old colony. Now, they're as mindless as the rest.
I mean, the enemy designs are kind of like monster-like, demonic. And I guess it's the thing, you know, if there's like demons or like plus sci-fi or like cyber demon stuff, you know, it gets into the question of, okay, well, if it's not, you know, it's probably not actually divine or like from like hell or like mythology. It's probably just designed to look like that or feel like that, but still, you know, the vibe is still there. So it's, yeah, the monster design has something to that. It's not like Doom, where, you know, Doom has like some sci-fi isms and like technology and like, you know, maybe not hacking, but like there's like space shit and like spaceships and, you know, it's there's like a futuristic kind of sci-fi vibe to some of it, but also there's literal demons pouring out of actual biblical hell. I don't think it's like biblical hell demons. I think it's probably more, yeah, just like designed to look as they do and like genetic engineering, you know, bioengineering. I think it's probably more what it's getting at, but you know, like I said, the vibe is still there. You know, the end result kind of looks and feels the same. Kind of looks like it's got like, yeah, just I would say dystopia. Yeah, I would say dystopian is accurate. Has a look of like semi-religious. I mean, I don't know if I would say any of this really looks religious per se. I haven't really seen anything that looks like a cathedral or looks like a place of worship necessarily. But we know there was that one message on the wall that said, "Not my church." So there may or may not be some sort of like pseudo-religious aspect to some of the storytelling. If the idea of the All-Father, I mean, the All-Father sounds extremely, you know, like you know, people refer to like priests, well, usually Catholic priests, as father. So if the All-Father is some like mega tech priest, you know, that is an angle I could see them potentially going down. Potentially. Probably would need to go next. I'll see if there's anything else to explore and or looking for secrets. I'm almost down to look for secrets. Doesn't look too hard so far. No, I mean it's, you know, they're starting us off relatively not too bad. I mean, I did lose half my health in that little mini boss battle, so you know, it wasn't effortless. I did get slapped around a couple times, but yeah, if you got stuff to hide behind, I'm sure there will be battles where it's just a flat space and no columns to hide behind, no cover. I know that kind of thing is coming, but for now, yeah, they're easing you into it. They're not like just tossing you into like Toho levels of impossible bullshit, which I'm grateful for, because that would turn me off real quick. Yeah, if you need to be like a Toho badass to be able to play a game like this, I would check out pretty quickly. But yeah, they're easing you into it, which is fair. I wouldn't expect like crazy fuck you levels of bullet hell fuckery right from the get-go. But don't you worry, I'm sure there's more where that came from. Oh yes, oh yes. I don't know how long the game is. Probably not like hundreds of hours. I wouldn't imagine it's like crazy levels of amount of gameplay time, but probably not like crazy short either. I don't think we're gonna beat it in one sitting, that's for sure. The Choich. Great and hallowed message, capital M, for which humanity crossed the unthinkable distance. The I, capital E, proper noun. Dark, stinking halls. Secrets within impenetrable. Neither bomb nor prayer could pry that infernal door open, but still we try. What could she be referring to? This Alara character? Also, are we learning about, yeah, codes. Are we learning about monsters? Raw heads. So it's a transformation. Okay. Interesting. Bloody bones, right. These eyes that shoot little fellers at us. Okay. There's the mother eyes, right. That was the thing we fought earlier as a mini-boss. It wouldn't shock me if we were to find more of those in the future. I don't know if they're going to become like a normal enemy, but it would not shock me if there was more where that came from. Because they call them the Adrift. Gun number 2. Good shit. Alright. Mysterious signal. No fall damage, presumably. Chunk. If there was, we would have... I mean, there was no other way to get down, so... Toss our asses down and just hope for the best. Leaking the gloop. Splashing it down. Another very striking scene. My eyes peeled for more of those crystal things. This. I will interact. Cutscene. Oh, we're closing the gap. Unexpected. I did notice that giant red glowing tunnel connecting the two. I think this is we're heading towards some kind of canyon. I don't know if that'll be like a new biome or just the name for something. But...
Still, if it helps you complete your mission, who am I to stop you drastically changing the abyss? By the way, I have a theory about the disruption.
Turn that down. It's kind of bright.
More of an idea. Do you want to hear it? It sounds like some
Do I have a choice?
signal. A malfunctioning warden emitting a distress beacon, maybe. Or... it could be something else.
Alright, down we go. Good chunk. Got the autosave. That's a little icon down the bottom right. I'm gonna guess we probably don't manually save. And there are levels, by the way. Still on the first level. Yeah, Sorrow's Canyon. I guess that's it. Still on the first level. Oh, but that was the prologue we completed earlier. Okay, so this is... chapter 1. Alright. Oh. Actually, we might have just completed that first chapter then if we're getting a loading zone. Very Half-Life. Half-Life 1 specifically. And 2, I guess. But definitely Half-Life inspired. The way a long, contiguous sequence of go here, then here, then here really just turns into different chapters. You know, like anomalous materials in Half-Life 1. You know, those kinds of sequences, those kinds of really just chapters. You call them levels, but it's just kind of all flows into one after the other. So yeah, I would say like Half-Life 2 then really comes to mind with this game. With regards to like the enemy design and the setting and just the flow of the game. The rhythm of how we all see this and how it plays out. Also very ominous. Curiosity. So 1 out of 50. I'm guessing that's total. Not, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just for chapter 1. To say. Is this death? No? No. Presumably what we're supposed to do. If this was like fucking lava. I mean, whatever. Jesus, turn that down. Like, whatever that is, that looks fucking bright and hot. Red hot. Crystals I can break or anything along the way. There's gonna be a lot of these things. A lot of lore drops. A lot of like little lore nuggets. 87 of those is a bunch. There's no other crystals to break along the way. I mean, if there was something I was supposed to catch on the way down, then
This place.
missed it, but
I don't remember it being here before. Looks like you're in unexplored territory now, Fox.
might to prepare for unforeseen consequences. Triangles in that hallway. Oop. I think that might heal us up, which is good because we did lose that half our health earlier. Restored, yep. These things. Thanks. No Estus flasks here, no healing potions with this kind of game. That's, I think, another health restoration. Or, not restoration, health. Expanderation. Ooh. Now that is a very nice tell. If you see these little, like, fruity pebbles looking little growths, that means there's a crystal nearby. That's a nice way for the game to kind of inform you, hey, you keep an eye out. There might be something nearby that you are going to want to seek that out. You're going to want to seek out. It's actually kind of nice because sometimes in games like this, it's like, fuck, man, you run under a pipe like this. Oh, you didn't look up and look in that one little corner where the fuck you thing was. It's like, shit, it's so easy to miss some of these things. Having a little bit of a nudge to say, by the way, if you know what to watch for, there are sometimes hints as to where these hidden things are. So that's actually kind of refreshing. Some games are fucking brutal with how hard to find some secrets are. So if they're willing to give you just a teensy little, like, hey, check this out. If you have the patience to notice these things, it can kind of make all the difference, really, without feeling like you have to check every single fucking corner like I kind of do by default. And even still, I don't get everything. Kind of refreshing. Anyway, yeah, what I am looking for is if there's any sort of secrets to lead me to Health Expando. But I think we'll have to, like, swing around to that one. I think that's probably not being gained immediately from within here. See, my internet is being a little bit squirrely. Actually, no, it's good. It's good. Never mind. Hold on. Let me grab one thing. It was being weird earlier, but I think we're okay now. Yeah, we're okay. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. All is well. Yeah, we had the one moment where he dropped some frames earlier, but... Twas brief. Trying to overheat. Oh, except he's got the shield up. Does it only cool down? Okay, it does. It cools down when it's... regardless of whether or not I got the weapon out. That's kind of nice. Or did I not break the shield? Now I broke the shield. Huh, that's weird. Am I, like, not on the money? Oh, maybe they're able to block it sometimes. Maybe the projectiles cancel each other out. That would not shock me. I think I need to, like, lab that a little bit more. But I think their projectiles can block this one out, because this is not a hit scan weapon. If you look closely when we fire it, it has to, like, and then pop. Oh, that's the thing too. I think the range is limited. So if I fire it here, like, yeah, like that guy right there, it doesn't reach it. You see that? So it's a limited range. I can shoot this thing from here, obviously. So that thing will reach anywhere. This guy's too short of range. You gotta get closer. So I guess to that point, it is also more shotgun-esque because of the limited range. So there you go. No entry. Keep out. Not my church. There it is again. So when you see this, kind of like the, you know, the little supply drops you see, the little supply caches you see hidden throughout Half-Life 2 especially. Leave this place or rot with us. To go home, I'm lost. Not my church. Yeah, little indications of the supply caches in Half-Life 2 throughout Half-Life 2. And I guess that sigil is significant in some way. I mean, for one thing, that sigil is kind of not unlike the thing we saw on, like, the shawls of some of the bad guys. Health increase, one extra little notch. We'll take it. Max health, go uppies. Good. There is not a third-person view of our character. We see them sometimes in cutscenes. I don't know if they're wearing that shawl, but I've definitely seen some of the bad guys, some of them at least, wearing that shawl. Usually like a. Oh, actually, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. See it? You see it? Very prominent. Yeah. Seemed like gate in the middle there. I thought it was an M at first. I think it's just a gate. They were talking about opening some kind of gate, some kind of hell gate thing. Or was that literally, or is it figurative? Before I go through there, by the way. What it all mean? Oh, giant fella. Are you alive? They don't seem very alive. Okay, well, I had to guess you probably have to do some stuff to... Oh, yeah, we're probably going that way specifically. Got you. They all have it. Down we go. More triangles. Big drop. Is that a problem? What else can we do? I mean, probably not. I had to guess we're probably aiming for that guy. Whoop. Oh, is it death? Okay, no, maybe it wasn't. That little, like... Oh, yeah, we have it right now. You see it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is this bad? Did I do a bad? I think this is probably where we're supposed to go, but the visual glitchifications... make me wonder... Oh, okay, that's fine. I can deal with this. Down. I really like the shotgun. It's still my favorite. It's like a fucking dump truck. I mean, it's... Oh, shit. The range is limited, obviously. Kill this guy so their little eyeballs pop out. I love how big it hits. It's a satisfying feel. I'm gonna lower the sound effects slightly. Shotgun, like when I fire it, you see that shit? A bit louder than I would rather it be, so I'll lower that a little bit. Music go down a little bit too. That should be good. Okay. We're still seeing some visual artifacting. What does it meme? What does it all meme? Well, artifacting isn't the right word. Artifacting makes it sound like it's a glitch. It's not a glitch, I don't think. I'm pretty sure this is a very intentional effect. Depending on what we're doing. Like, that is dependent on what we're doing and where we're going. Mad Bullocks. I agree with A on principle. The great miracle, they say. 112, you go free. 1,000 frenzied pilgrims. Get some bloody sleep, won't you? A listens to you, and signed by you. We've heard of the name Silvio earlier, but spelled differently. Silvio versus SYLV. Probably the same person, though. Very mysterious. Still plenty of unknowns going on here. Little pipe we can drop into. I had to guess that's probably where we're going from here, because, yeah, this is all... Seems like this area feels like a dead end right here. You know, fight those dudes. I'm not sure what the, you know, what purpose it served. I guess, I mean, maybe they were guarding, or the reason for this area is to give you that little lore dump. A little lore nugget. Maybe our visuals are getting funky because we're breathing in fucking toxic fumes. Multiple gas leaks down here. We're starting to breathe the spicy air.
The signal is starting to interfere with my connection.
Or that's what it is.
Pick up the pace. If my connection drops, you'll be alone again. So don't blame me if you end up lost in the dark.
Scary. Down we go. We're getting like a fisheye lens. In fact, do you see that shit? Little disorienting. Not woozy necessarily, but just a little weird, a little fucky. A little fucky yucky. Seems like it's getting worse. For better or for worse, it's getting worse.
This signal is too strong for a malfunctioning warden. Something else is going on here.
Oh, there we go.
You're breaking up. Run that by me again?
I don't think there's an opportunity for that. I think we're past that now.
I can't hear you.
That's not bad, right? It's not a bad thing. The whining, grinding sound of something getting frazzled, just getting fried to a crisp. Electronics emitting blue smoke like that. It's not a bad thing, right? I'm sure we've got nothing to worry about. I'm sure we've got nothing to worry about. Ka-chunk. Red. Better red than dead. Not my church. Don't do this. Not this way. Go away. Yeah. Yep. A little journal entry. Dear Diary, where are you going? Everywhere all around, a song of the moon, a song of the world. Nothing here but you. An undulating wave of humanity, clamoring for a single glimpse of the eye. Clawing towards salvation. I wonder if this is gonna turn into like a stalker Shadow of Chernobyl situation. The monolith that supposedly grants wishes. They talk about pilgrimages towards the eye. Whatever this eye is going to be. And, you know, thinking that it is something divine or that can grant wishes, but it turns out being something else much more nefarious. Screaming, by the way, was the bit I called the end there. Good. Okay. We got a shield door over there. Nothing else. Or commit to that path. That one is like very much out of commission. All right. Shield door we go. What's up, Gamer Tech? So quirky teacher, the Chernobyl series. I've only played the first one. I've only played Shadow of Chernobyl, and I really liked it. Like it rather. So this is the source of the signal. Oh, is that VI or AI? I mean, it is some kind of eyeball. Yeah, the Stalker series rather. Yeah, Shadow of Chernobyl is the first one. I really like the first one. I still want to play Call of Pripyat. I want to play Clear Sky, Blue Sky, whatever it's called. I want to play all of them, man. Of course, I've heard 2 is incredible. Placental Steps. Pretty badass, man. The kind of shit you would sometimes see in various parts of Secret World Legends, that kind of game. Some of them look like they were like maybe praying when they presumably died. Clear Sky is what it's called. Yeah, the trilogy of the first game and its expansion. I mean, it's expansions, but it's spin-off games. Now, how we're able to cut through this corruption, it's like affecting us obviously, but we're able to get closer than most. Have you tried the second one though, Gamertech? I've heard it's real good. Looks incredible. Kind of dog? Like a sphinx. Do I have to solve its riddle? Oh, you're saying Clear Sky had a lot of issues, or you're saying the second one was received poorly? Because I thought the second one was received well, but I haven't really followed up on it too much. I thought it looked good though, based on what I've seen.
Huh? It stopped.
Stalker 2, you said wasn't so good. Oh, okay, that's a shame. I mean, it looked good.
You to hunt me down, yes?
You're being hunted?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty, but I mean, just I've watched some people stream it, and the gameplay looked really fun too.
Aren't we all? I'm Urian, by the way. Nice to meet you.
I was not expecting such a dapper voice applied to such a large and presumably monstrous-looking thing.
I came to locate a signal. It sounds like it's coming from that thing.
That thing right there.
It sings to you, does it? How fascinating.
Well, can't you hear it?
All the time. It drives me mad, actually. I'd begun to suspect that I was imagining it. When you've been alone for as long as I have, you become a bit peculiar in the head.
Got that freaky deaky, that's right.
Everything. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a lie shaped like a promise. Fool's gold and I'm the fool. Wouldn't that be hilarious? But never mind me. It called to you, and you answered. So it's yours now.
Mine?
It wants to commune with you.
Mine?
You let it, won't you?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Rubbish. How else do you expect to learn anything? Go on. It won't bite you.
Unless you wanted to. Unexpected. Watch is like HAL 9000. Oh, well, a little bit more fucking chaotic than HAL 9000 was, but still. A little nibble on the eyeball, that's right. Consensual nibbling.
It would seem that it has chosen you.
It's awfully striking. You do, Aleph, that's right. That's right, I seen it.
And just in time.
Then
This is a gift for Aelin.
Oomst.
Always for Aelin.
Aelin, of course, is the head lady. She's presumably our boss, but whomst is this, though? Whomst or whatst is this? Maybe another warden? Or maybe that's us now? Because first it was us on that sort of crucifix.
As the snake
And then it was her instead.
swallows its own tail, we swallow time. Feed, wanderer. Feed.
Swallow time? I mean, spit or swallow, I guess. Do we get a new body? Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's a new warden. Or maybe something entirely different. Maybe we went from, like, smooth, featureless, like, presumed child body into plump, voluptuous, purple pink lady. With boob and other things. I don't know. One can only hope. A gift. Pulling a Boromir over here. It is a gift. What about the lunar or Luna Abyssossi? Aleph, is that what you're asking? The Luna Abussi? No, we're definitely controlling her. You can see the arms are pinky purple now. Oh, but our health is quite low. Probably about to change because it is a gift. By the way, you all know the meme where it's like, one does not simply walk into Mordor when he does his hands like that in the meme. What he's actually saying in that line is, it is a gift. I don't actually think Boromir is the one who says, one does not simply walk into Mordor. I think someone else says that line, but I can't remember. A drift kill finisher when they're they're staggered. You go for the finisher. But I hardly even know where. The drift kill. Replenish his health. Nice, nice. We got some Doom shit now, baby.
You see that adrift over there? Consume its essence.
By the way, the little face, that's the nose, that's the eyes, or the shaft and the two balls. Potato, potato. You. And now how close do I have to be? I'll get real close. Stuck. A little bit of health there. Just a little bit.
Now we're in business.
Anything else before I proceed through that little area? Alright, can I jump up? Oh, I can't actually climb it. Okay, I was thinking maybe I could, like, squinch through there. No squinching. None for me. We have the same two guns, so we're controlling the same... We're being controlled by the same entity, the same force. So Fox is still the one in control, but it is presumably a different body that is being controlled. Suck. And I don't know how close you have to be, but it seems like it's got a pretty generous range. Find out where you are. That's right. That's right. However, I'm going to take a quick BRB because I got to use the little hobbit's room. I drank my beverage. I'm feeling good, but now I got to take a little potty break. So give me 1 sec, friends. I'm going to take a little BRB. I'll get right back down to it, and also going to refill my water. So give me like 2 minutes. Refill the water. Take a little potty break. I'll be right back, and you won't even know I was gone. I'll be right back. All right, friends, let's get back to it. Water refilled, feeling good. Well, water refilled and bladder emptied. Once again, those were not the same. Those were not a singular action. I know what you're thinking. You got the piss jug man, right? You got the piss jug man. Yes, yes. I mean, of course, piss jug man is always ready to roll at a moment's notice. Piss jug man never sleeps. He never shirks his duty. I just said duty, but no. There's just boring ass water in here. Nothing else. Nothing else. I promise. It's a closed loop. It is a. I very much relish it not being a closed loop. I very much relish it going away. Into the toilet, down it goes. It's gone forever. And then I drink more water. I mean, I know what you mean. Like, oh, in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, yes, but I'm in no hurry to shorten that loop. I'm in no hurry to truncate it. There you go. There you go, man. Get back to it, guys. Thanks for popping it. Thanks for hanging out with us, by the way, guys. I know it's a Saturday night. You know, there's a lot of people streaming. A lot of people, you know, there's other things to do, other distractions, other folks to watch. So appreciate folks chilling with us for part of the evening as we play this kind of weird oddball game. I'm liking it so far, though, man. I'm really digging this so far. Let's jump in and descend and see if we can learn more about these mysterious circumstances. Ooh, another one. Another gift. And a bunch of over here, a bunch of eyeballs. No, you're cool. No, you're breathtaking. Boink. Collect. And it is something red and ominous. Watcher neural pattern. Ghost of the Abyss, you can take control of Watcher Wardens by possessing them. Interesting. And it makes sense so far. I mean, I'm digging it from a playing perspective. I don't know how good it is as a stream game, you know, as for viewers necessarily. But as a player, I'm enjoying it. Pacing is kind of bleh. Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, I'm playing it pretty slow. I tend to be pretty slow when I play most games anyway. But I'm definitely taking my sweet ass time.
What's happening to me?
You're growing, evolving into something more. The eye is open. It sees through you now. These little gifts of mine, think of them as aids to fulfilling the prophecy, the promise the bastard tore away from us.
What do you want from me?
Find your way to Greymont, to the cathedral at the heart of the city. There, I'll be waiting, and there you will find answers. Aelin will find answers. Getting out of here might be a challenge, but, well, we've all got to start somewhere. Transcend, folks. I have every faith in you.
I wouldn't disagree that right now the plot points and the story kind of leans very heavily into it's so mysterious and edgy. Ooh, like I won't disagree that there's quite a bit of that for sure. I get to be the eyeball friend, and what do I get to do as the eyeball friend? I can depossess it, okay. What purpose do they give me? Oh, I mean, I guess, okay, so I can platform off of it. Is that really all it is? Just a platforming device? Woo. Huh. That's a little bit underwhelming. I thought maybe you'd use this to, like, I don't know. Like, they talk about, like, possessing a watcher, or not a I thought it said possess a warden. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. But no, we can just, like, slurp up in that and then platform off it, which is still neat, but not as maybe cool as I was hoping it was going to be. No, I would say those are all fair criticisms, Aleph. I wouldn't disagree with any of them. I'm still enjoying it. I think the story is interesting. It's also a little bit hard to follow, which I would say is probably to be expected, at least to some degree. You know, it leans very heavily in on the intrigue and mystery and, like, what does it all mean, which, you know, is cool to a fault, but after a certain point, I'm hoping that we'll get some answers. And it's not just like the whole, and not the whole thing is like an episode of Lost where it's like mystery box after mystery box after mystery. You know, what does it all mean? It'd be cool if, you know, we could figure out what the fuck this all is. I'm actually gonna drop down because obviously this is where we get back up if we fall down. And I want to see if there's anything else down here before we get to that point, because I know that activates, of course. I can see them hiding a little tablet thingy down here. Yeah, some proper noun of a thing. The eye, the church, the drift. Yeah, I would say, yeah, for sure, it's leaning into all these things. And, like, making the mystery kind of do the heavy lifting. I wonder that, too, yeah, I figured Uriel was some kind of biblical reference. I wasn't sure what exactly. But, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the name of, like, an archangel. Woo! Oh, there we go. Thankful for the ledge grab. Now, for me, the game really... Its strength is the gameplay. Its strength is the gameplay, the way combat feels, the way the platforming feels. The levels, I think, are very well designed, I would say. I haven't felt lost at all. I haven't felt turned around at all. And honestly, for a game that has I would say a relatively limited, intentionally, color palette, like it leans very heavily into its dark and its reds and a little bit of blues, but a lot of shadows. I think it'd be easy for an area to look kind of samey and to get turned around and go, wait, where the fuck was I going again? And like, wait, was it this door I went through or this one? I haven't really had that yet. So like, I would say playing it feels great. Playing it feels really, really great. And I don't mind so much the plot weirdness. But again, it's easy for me to say because as the player, there's a lot to appreciate here. Here, I'm gonna do the blinky thing. What if that's like a sign that I should climb up on this thing? Whoop. Could probably just like zoop to that guy. Whoop. I'll just go back to you. Be possessed there, but not possess the next guy. Yeah, I need to like yoink up a little bit higher. I can't quite make that jump. Can I? Yeah, that blinky light. Oh, there's dudes to fight. Thing is on cooldown. Oh, I could have gone for the suck. In fact, I probably should have gone for the suck because I'm still low on health. Oh, here we go. Now we raise that platform up. Okay. So now... Now we can hit this one. Right. There we go. Looking good, Hollywood. Woo! Poop me out in front of the platform and we're all set. Once again, keep an eye out for secrets, but yes, this new mechanic of being able to possess one after another these little eyeball fellers. These watchers. Watchers of the sky. We know about the purple lasers. Oh, we of course know. Do the slide mechanisms. Oop, too slow. Yoink. And there we go. Yeah, right there. Shotgun dispense these things quicker? No quicker or slower. Definitely want to hit the laser fella. To the left there. Is there anything else hiding though? Probably not. Boink. Oh, nice. Yep. Anything else? Woo! Again, it's not a spread shot, but there is, I think, some splash damage to this thing where it lands. It does that cross shape. I think that cross shape implies that there's like this little energy, that little energy pattern can damage across that shape. I don't want to shoot that. I want to shoot you. Ow, shit. just fucked me in not a good way. Oh, you're here. Boop. Can I give you the suck? Yes. Suck. Suck it to me. Oh, the gloop hurts you. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Or not the gloop, but like the tumor things. The tumor things hurt you. I did not realize that was a hazard. Good to know. Do it again. Spin it round and round. Alright, well, the good news is that the game autosaves on a pretty regular basis, so no harm, no foul. Zoop. Oh, I want to go over. Woo! And suck. So I gotta be more careful when I'm traversing through these fellers. Gotta be careful because yeah, it's easy to get got. Don't get got, just don't do it. Ow. I don't know why I was like targeting those guys. I think that's why. Yep. Overheating, that's fine. No, I want to target you. Yeah. Suck. Full health. Kill him. Kill him dead. Alright, so now... I'm not gonna break all of them, but I'll make sure I clear a very convenient little path here. I mean, actually, I'll get the big ones, because they could be hiding more things. Probably fairly unlikely. Yeah, there's a red glowy thing. Significant at all? Probably not. Probably not. Walking these things is hazardous for your health. Not terribly surprising. It doesn't look healthy. They don't look very welcoming, very pleasant. The opening. Anything else? Before we abscond to the next area. I think we're just going through here. More lasers. More watchers. That one is opened up now. And probably slurp over to that guy. And I think that is exactly what we are to do. Woo! Blink. Oh! Alright. For next. Oh, please. And there he is. Woo! Nothing else. We're doing it. Committing. Commit to the bit. That's just a sign that the door has been opened, that like the switch has been activated. All good. Moving on. Onwards and lateral words. My phone just ding. Let's see if I could let Bonnie out one more time before I come up, and the answer will be of course. Of course. Old leash that I shall use. Yeah, we're having to when we take her outside, we're having to take her on a leash right now. Our little fence that we have in our backyard is temporarily down right now because, like, intentionally, we've temporarily removed it because we're having some work done on our garage right now. The cement slab on the floor of our garage has been cracked, like super cracked and gross and uneven for years and years, and after a long time putting it off, we're finally having it getting repaved. So because that is kind of the whole situation right now, it's kind of a whole spot where like that area is being heavily worked on right now to give the folks that are working on it room to breathe, so to speak. We allowed them to take the fence down for a little bit. Oh. Ow. So Grace was asking, yeah, could I take the doggy out on the leash one more time before I go to bed? Before I come up for bed? The answer, of course. So that, of course, does give a heal. I didn't have to do the suck for the health. That was a suck for pleasure, not a suck for, you know, for obligation. That was an enjoyable suck. That was a pleasure suck, not an obligation, not an obligatory one. If I had to guess, I think we've already claimed that gift. I mean, it's blue, which means it can be activated, but it's not like shining golden. And we of course already got the crystal here, so we've been here before. But we were here as old fella, not as new purple boob lady. And we also, yeah, that was the way we went last time. We of course got this guy. You know what? I'll bite. Was this anything new? It's just probably not, but I'll look. All right, we have indeed collected it. The fact that it was like clickable or shootable made me curious. I think by this point, this is where we started to notice the weird glitch effect as we were approaching the eye. Proper noun, the eye. And of course, this didn't have us didn't have anything available for us, but now we have these guys.
What's happened? You look different.
You have boobs now, and you're purple.
Your warden. You're just
Urian.
Rat in a cage.
He.
Oh shit! Oh, good catch, good catch.
Urian?
Good save.
You don't sound
But-
so good. Let's get you out of there and check you over. There's a disconnection point nearby. You'll need to climb up through Warden's Regret to reach it.
Warden's regret.
I can extract you from there. I'm loading the location into your
Go, fellers.
system now.
Connection lost? Well, and has been regained, but yes, I know what they mean. I know what they're getting at. Whenever we get new orders, that's basically like a new chapter, basically. I think that's the general idea. Break that shield. Break that shield. And suck. Probably going over that way. Anything else? If there's any other eyeball fellers of note. Woo! Ka-chunk. Yeah, looks so sad and dead. A little bit of HR Giger going on right there, just with like the design of the stuff like plugging in the back of his skull. Now, if it was a real HR Giger design, there'd be like, you know, dicks and going into his butt and shit like that. There'd be all sorts of like phallicular design, you know, just lots of like, you know, like lots of penises going into things, lots of butts being penetrated. So HR Giger was a you know, of course, he famously designed the Xenomorph from Alien. Designed a bunch of stuff in the game Darkseid, you know, all sorts of things. You know, was a horror and sci-fi visionary. Loved his dicks going in butts too. Loved dicks going into butts and mouths. Was all about that kind of biomechanical things connecting with orifices, being penetrated with. Loved that shit. He loved it, and you know what? God bless him. You know, good for him. All of us should be able to enjoy such things. So he's visionary, and I wouldn't show it in like a middle school classroom. You know, it's like not safe for all audiences, but yeah, truly unique and nightmarish designs. He famously said that the whole point of the Xenomorph was to be, yes, grotesque and horrifying and just a little bit uncanny, like, you know, vaguely human, like, you know, it's like mostly bipedal. There's a discernible head, there's arms, there's like, you know, so there's aspects of it that are familiar to you, but there's aspects of it that are meant to be, you know, grotesque and horrifying and like stomach churning. But he also said just a little bit of horny. You're supposed to also feel just a little twinge in your genitalia when you know, see the Xenomorph move, and when you see, you know, some aspects of its design. So horror with a questionable boner, that's HR Giger through and through, no question. And you might say, Alex, what the fuck? To that I say, the accentuated hips of the Xenomorph Queen. Need I say more? Need I say more? The accentuated hip sway of the Xenomorph Queen? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Alex, are you trying to imply that gave you an awkward boner when you were 12 years old? Listen, the Xenomuffy, the Xenomussy, if you will, the Xenomorphussy is forbidden in many ways, and that is how it shall remain. But just saying, I'm just saying. I'm guessing I just jump, just do a big jump and try to suck upon that guy. Whoop. Yeah, we got it. Then I, woo. Zabatsu says slower, slower. You'll know when I'm done. You'll know when I'm finished. It does. It does. The smaller xenomorph head game is also the stuff of legends and nightmares and wet dreams. Wet nightmares. We call them wet nightmares where I come from. Where I come from. Phrasing. Woo. There's I think there's some really interesting art books of a bunch of H.R. Giger's like lesser known designs and his lesser known works, because again, everyone knows the Xenomorph. Everyone knows this shit. I think he did some album covers for various like progressive rock bands. I know he definitely did one of the album covers for Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the Carn Evil 9 album, one of arguably their most well-known album. That album cover was designed by Giger, and but there were others too. There were other like progressive rock and like bands from the 70s and 80s that commissioned him to design their artwork for their albums. So like a lot of those kinds of like, you know, maybe overall lesser known works, certainly not as well known as the Xenomorph. There's some art books that are out there that kind of like have like a compendium, a compilation of a bunch of this stuff, and it's somewhat like legitimately fascinating. Is it grotesque? Is it full of dicks going in butts and mouths? Yes, but it is like the whole biomechanical focus that he was obsessed with. Really, I think was truly unique. I mean, you know, say what you will about, you know, is it unnecessary? Is it, you know, obscene? Is it just, you know, grotesque for the sake of being grotesque? I mean, I don't think so, but some would say so. But fuck all of that, because it is, you can't look at that and not say it's unique, and not say that there was, you know, a vision, and God bless him, he was going to pursue that vision to hell or high water. So I'd be curious to I remember looking through one of them when I worked at Borders back in the day, back when I worked at a bookstore. But I'd be curious to buy one of those art books and like really kind of like contemplate some of those works, because it's some fucked up shit, man. Dicks going into butts and mouths and shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's, yeah. But again, it was not so much like, it wasn't just dicks going in butts, but it was also like there's this. It was all biomechanical. It was like a penis attached to an enormous machine with all sorts of interlocking penises and butts and mouths. It's the stuff of nightmares. And all jokes aside, I joke about pee pee poo poo shit all the time here, right? Like that's my whole thing. But like, it was so much more than that. Like I know it might sound like a shitpost, but no, it's real. Like I think it's genuinely fascinating. And it was this whole deconstruction of like, you know, where technology begins and humanity begins, and how they're intertwined. And this was back in the 70s, you know, way ahead of its time in a lot of ways. Yeah, some wild shit out there, man. The Giant. The Baleful. That's a good word. I like that word. Baleful. The Proto-Warden. Warden's Regret. I think this is the guy we saw swinging on the swing outside there. Is it alive? If I could answer that, I wouldn't be giving Guided Towards the Abyss for minimum wage now, would I? Jerome Tobin. So, we definitely want to go that way. Oh, or not. Or I suck through this door. I thought maybe there was something back there because of the sign. I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. However, we have a way of getting over there. I mean, I'm like looking for like things that are maybe hidden by the tumors. I see that sign. I'm implored to pursue to explorify, but yeah, I think that's just there to call us to the lore drop. I think that's all it is. See a way to jump up on that thing. On that thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. It's like, please don't make me stuck. Yep. Like, whenever it's, especially like the big clusters, the big clussies, I try to pop those. Or at least some of them to see if there's anything obscured. Because, you know, sometimes they will hide things behind it. So there's the Baleful Fellow. They said the Proto-Warden. Or a Proto-Warden, at least. And if it's alive, it's not reacting to the tickles, the laser tickles. Alright. Bam. Definitely heading that way. Or ultimately, I think that's where we came from. Yeah, that's where we started. Right there. Thump. Whew. More lasers. Conveniently, lasers have already carved up some of the tumors for us, but there's plenty more where that came from. I don't actually know if they're tumors, is what I'm calling them. Probably eventually need to use you. Maybe we have to lower him down. Down to clown. I'm 6 feet underground, baby. Again, gotta be careful where we step because we know these things are hazardous to just even step upon. I don't know if it's the spikies, because there's like a spiky nature to them. So I don't know if it's the spikes that hurt us, or if it's like the goop that's inside of them. Or both. Probably both, let's be real. Both is good, except both is bad. Eh. Okay, we probably have to pop all of these. I'm just assuming that we might have to come back through here. It wouldn't shock me if we were to come back through here and we'd have to like fight things. This is that kind of game that would, like, you know, you go through a spot like this, you flip a switch, you come back, and then when you come back the second time, it's a little bit spicier and sloppier than the first time through, so that's kind of what I'm bracing myself for. Clearing the big chunks of them when possible, when reasonable. And also, again, looking for secrets. Also within reason. Big jump. Woo! Oh, I see what it is. Yeah. Eh. Now I see, yes, that's where we popped out here, so I'm guessing we're going that way. However, that positioning makes me wonder if there's something more than meets the eye. Like lights here, there's something about this space. There could be more. Oh, except I can't turn around all the way. Oh, never mind. I thought there was gonna be something up there. I thought I was cooking, man. Yeah, I thought maybe if I get on top of that, like if there was something else. Unless I can jump onto this thing, but even then, yeah. Okay, never mind. I thought I was cooking. Thought I was cooking. No such cooking don't being done here. Another gloop hole. Another gloop hole with chunks and all sorts of gloop leaking out of it. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh mama. Once again, I will be here all day if I'm like trying to clear all these clusters. A lot of them, and the fact that it's getting more dense is the significance of that, potentially at least, is not lost on me. Deeper into the bowels of this thing. Pop what we can. Move on through. I'm trying to like not overstep and not just like rush through it. It carved up, and I'm gonna guess these lasers. I don't know if it's an instant kill or but just fuck tons of damage, but I didn't stick around long enough to find out. Alright, we made it. Baleful Fellow, still not there. Woo!
I've just run an
Ooh, I almost
analysis
overjumped it actually, and I was just, but I didn't even say it, but I was thinking if I missed this jump off to go through that sequence again, we got there.
Whatever happened to you down there, whatever this Urian did to you,
Whatever this urinal did to you.
somehow managed to detach your consciousness from your warden form. To cut a long story short, you're a ghost. Or at least a projection. Luckily
A
for you,
ghost,
it's the consciousness
commanding some kind of
itself
shell.
I'm connected to, not the warden. Which means I should be able to bring you back safely.
Now that's probably the main path down there, but this caught my eye, and I think with that blinky light there, ooh, there we go. It was worth it. It was all worth. And that health. Increase max health, baby. Very good. I like how you can possess the eyeball even through the little spot on the wall there, which is kind of nice. And that's actually probably for the best because, I mean, you could maybe just jump from here, but I'll play it safe. Yeah, because it points you towards that by default. Well, yeah, like, oh, you can even see it from there. The little treasure thingy. It's neat. Woo! All right, wave goodbye to the baleful fellow. A proto-warden. Say goodbye also to these fuckers. Oh, the splash damage got him. That's kind of cool. Suck. Break that shield. Break that shield. I think I made that joke already. Crack that whip. No, it's full health. Again, that was a pleasure suck. Not one for business, but for pleasure. Because I saw another eyeball lad. I saw multiple fellers. There's the one like behind that wall there. Yeah. We're kind of on the like back side of that wall we saw from afar. Pop us out. Another full heal, by the way. I'm guessing that's the game's way of saying, all right, potentially somewhat significant combat sequence coming in hot. Get ready. Prepare thy buttholes. Apply sufficient lubrication. If you end up in one of these, you might just be one of life's background characters. Numerous, nondescript, and largely useless. That's me, all right. Priya Chandra. All right, well, up we go. Woo! And then goink. Flip. You know, one thing I say every so often, I know it's like a ongoing joke. When's Alex going to talk about this when he plays the game for the first time? But I'll say it. I could see a speedrun for this game being very interesting. I'm not playing it very fast. I'm trying to like play it excuse me. Trying to play it deliberately and drink in the set pieces and appreciate the design of stuff, you know, but of course, if you've played this game before, when I play it again, I could see you want to go fast and try to like really utilize the movement in this game. I bet that could be really satisfying. Someone who like really wants to go fast and eat ass. In the meantime, though, the mother eyes. Oh shit, big gun.
Mother sent help? Yes, she did. Oh! You're really in for it now?
I don't know if that's a gun or like a laser or a fucking like a dentist laser for I don't know, doing fillings or something. The little foot soldier ones are easy to pop out unless they're like creating new ones. I don't think they are necessarily. Yeah, no, it is a finite number of enemies, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a number until you kill shield fellers. Boy. Gotta break them shields, or they break my face. Heal just in time. Also just in time. Actually, I think I was wrong. Yeah, they stopped making the little boys. Stop making the foot soldier lads. We got it. New enemy? New boss enemy, perhaps. Or mini boss, I guess. Spiky boy. Absalom. Oh, there was that really good beat 'em up a game we played last year called Absalom with a U, not an O. The game was incredible. Never did beat it, by the way. Never did beat it. Gotta go back to that one. Oh. Break his shield. So I can then break his ass. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Goodness, these places to hide behind. And yep. Motherfucker thinks he's so cool with his little shield. And have infinite range, obviously. As long as I'm moving, it's not too bad. Ooh. I actually might be able to reach him from there. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Good damage. Good damage. He ran his punk ass bitch away. Now I get to kill the small fellers for a little bit. Oh, he also summoned a lesser version of our first mini boss, which, as expected, the first mini boss just becoming a random just a normal ass enemy. It's like coming a mile away. And there we go. And I'm guessing when you when you give the suck for a more significant enemy, you probably get more health from it. That one gave me a little bit more of a generous heal than just the traditional little fellers. Probably for the best, because some hits here. Yep. I can't quite break him from there. But here, yes. Good damage. Good damage. Well, this is overheating, but I gotta close the gap. Nearly vulnerable. I think I just kill. I was gonna say, I don't think I'm sucking him. I think I'm just murdering him. There we go. Mother Eyes is out. This little orb has been extinguished. We're actually almost to full anyways. There you go. Not bad, not bad. Definitely a category of challenge higher than the first mini boss, but we got through it. I never doubted it. Oh, also, did we learn a codex entry for that fella? Monsters. Earth imports to make a mockery of the most severe of circumstances. Big bad turret lad. Big bad Leroy Brown. I never actually checked the characters tab. So each cell has an Aelin. Model Aelin, okay. From a single AI, we were talking about, oh well, artificial consciousness, but yes, basically. Instruction from the Allfather. Allfather's word is final, right? Okay. Then more about the Allfather. Oh, it's a person. I thought it was like a, I don't know, computer system or something. Also, Sylvan. The name mentioned down there, and there was also a guy named Silvio. Sky's the limit. But where there's no sky, there's no limit. Call them researchers, okay. Personal library. Alright. Anything down here to be happy about? Yeah, not really. The Great Miracle. Right. The answer, the secret, the heart. Pandora's box. What's the name again? Priya Chandra. There's Warden's regret. Yep. The answer is everything, so saith Everett. Scout rifle. Even your grandmother could pop off a few rounds. For the recoil knocks her flat, that is. It's not that bad of a recoil. Where do I sign up? Very cool. Very cool. And caught up on the deets. Boink. The good triangle hallway. Love these good triangle hallways. An achievement for escaping Warden's regret. Interesting how there's like a bunch of presumably identical hallways and bridges leading to the other side. Is that a little fella? He's got little angy eyes. Hello? Are you a friend? Elevator lad. All right. Silently lifts us upwards. Oh, I guess he has no mouth. Well, actually, no, maybe. How are you?
Yeah, you're a funny
Okay, now we can talk.
Excuse me?
We got the spiky arms and the long anime hair.
Begging your pardon. No one's used this lift in a few, and I ain't ever seen anyone looking like you before.
What's up, Farsight?
Pretty unusual too.
Is the wood referring to the lad with the bolted out, the bolted shut mouth and the 3 eyeball ussies? Or are you referring to anime protagonist lady with spike arm and flowy hair and boobs and like and that whole thing?
Fair play. Suppose
If the
I've
answer is
been
both,
truncated
respect.
Since I lost my
Based
twin.
even.
I'm Ellie, by the way.
She lost her twinsies.
Does this thing
The
still
answer is
work?
yes. Mark me down for scared and horny.
Of course, it still works. Granted, it's been several centuries since anyone but me used it, but don't you worry. I keep the old girl in tip-top shape.
Oh, the little flowers painted on her kind of cute.
Some days, I ride all the way to the top. And some days I go all the way back down to the bottom. Oh, we do have a grand old time. What you doing down here, anyway? You don't look like one of them churchy types.
I'm a scout. And this is my first day, actually. They sent me down here to find a signal and... well... it's a long story.
Now they turn me to an anime protagonist, and here we are.
All right. And what's a scout when it's at home?
Now I'm an anime waifu. What's a scout, and when is it at home?
Scouts? Aelin? Giant head?
I mean, she's giant head as well.
How to go up,
No,
and
you
how
know,
to go
her
down.
game, her head game
Always
is
told to know
absolutely
when
on
it
point,
begins.
I'm sure.
My twin. Now he liked to know everyone's comings and goings. Like to keep up with all the drama, you see. Round about
Drama.
the time everything went pear-shaped down here, he just sort of disappeared. Ain't seen him since.
Oh. Is he looking for you?
Nah, probably not. Nobody lives forever, do they, folks? Be a funny old world if we did. Anyway, off you pop. Got things to do, places to go.
Elevators to go up into, and elevators to descend down into as well. Nice old gal. The little flowers painted on her, a nice cute touch. I wonder who drew them. They look like they're, you know, like hand painted, hand drawn. Nice talking at you, lady. Oh, Jump. To say it's probably a long way down, so I would rather not careen down there once again. I mean, so far we've been immune to fall damage, but I would rather not chance that kind of fall damage. We're going. All the blinking lights. Down and down and down. Into ominous red zone. I mean, everything is in this game is kind of ominous and red, and Shadow the Hedgehog coded with its color palette. Not complaining. I enjoy me a good Shadow the Hedgehog color palette. Hot Topic color palette. I'm keeping out for secret bonus passages. Not everything has to have a bonus passage, though. Not everything has to have an obscured secret. Sometimes you're just going from one spot to the next. Ooh. Oh! Hey, ka-junk. Oh. Oh, you're still going. Like I said, thank goodness for no fall damage. Ugh. Well, found the garbage chute. Is this the toilet? Is this the sewer? We found the poop incinerator down here. The robot poop incinerator. Probably gonna have to use those things to slurp ourselves back up. Yeah, very contrasty too. Yeah, very good point. It's actually been a while since we've seen an area this large in which we can, like, rummage around kind of freely. If I had to guess, I don't want to get too close to that thing, if not just for the sake of my eyeballs. Huh. Unexpected. Yeah, I bet there's stuff here, including this fella. The burn. This is where the signal ended. It's an incinerator, the poop incinerator. Can't pinpoint the source of the signal that they were seeking, this Bestwick fella. Is it really the best wick? Or just an average wick? There's a way back up here, right? Well, that's the thing. We have the ability, of course, to possess those watchers to help us platform, but otherwise you would kind of be screwed down here, wouldn't you? Yeah, I guess the implication is that potentially, well, that's the body of one of the Rawhead dudes, but maybe the idea is that the wardens that are left down here to languish, maybe those become the Rawheads. Kind of unclear. But anyway, so we got that one lord thingy. I don't know if I want to, like, seek every little nook and cranny of this large area. We'll be here all night. We'll just kind of head to Eyeball Platform, fellers, and go from there. Of course, if nothing else, as we go up, we will have an eye in the sky. So if we, from afar, can see something that I missed, we could always come back for it. Not a huge issue. Swinging back around, but yeah, we're gonna head towards those things next. Plan, Stan. A lot of very striking visuals in this game. They did a really good job.
The point is just around the corner. You've done good work today, inmate. Just a little further now.
A really good job of making this all look and feel very otherworldly. Yep. Just pop me out right there. Another blinky light thing, but I think that's just to call our attention to the watchers we can possess, and the possessors we can watch. So we're probably going up that way. Anything else? No. Nope, not really. Like I said, we got our eye in the sky, so if there's anything I missed, we could see it, but from afar at least, I think we're golden. I think we Gucci in the Coochie. Let's get the hell out of here. Blue. Not a lot of blue in this game. Lots of red. Lots of red. A crouch, yep. More narrow passages. More crevasses. Love a good crevasse, what can I say? Definitely like to have us get, like, big drops, like drop down these large and long drop areas, these, like, vertical columns, but no fall damage, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. Are we truly exiting now? Or are we done with this little area for now? Huh? I'll believe when I see it.
That should
Lost?
do it. Disconnecting you now.
Sentence slightly reduced because we accomplished many tasks for them. All right, back to the surface.
Welcome back, folks. How are you feeling?
That's the human,
Better.
or I think human, that is controlling the warden down
I
below.
suppose it must have been
That is
quite
now
a
an anime
traumatic
waifu.
experience. The good news is, you completed your mission. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days. The bad news is, you lost a warden. That's a penalty of 20 days.
Yeah, but I gained an anime waifu
I'm
warden,
sure
so
you'll do
really.
better next time.
What the hell happened to me?
If I'm being honest, I don't know. Your neural signature, the signal inside you that is normally intrinsically connected to a warden, has become separated. It is now its own entity.
And that means...
You no longer need a warden to protect you from the scourge in the abyss.
I don't think I like the sound of that.
It certainly doesn't seem to have done you any harm. Your vital signs look fine. Better than before, in fact. I doubt many humans would have the mental strength to adapt as quickly as you did. It's quite impressive.
I mean, I'm assuming she's human.
Urian, he mentioned you by name? He said this is for Aelin.
Well, that is unusual.
That's her name.
However, not surprising given my research on it so far.
He said something about going to Grey... Grey... Oh, my head.
Yo, what's up, Meerkat? He says, what the fuck? Meerkat, you're telling me that you're not familiar with prisons that have a standard issue enormous anime waifu head that is assigned to your prison cell, and that's not just standard operating procedure? Come on.
Rest, Fox.
Come on. We know this is very traditional, by the books, standard issue prison procedure. Oh, and now we can choose what to do now from here.
You should probably get some sleep, Fox.
Okay, not much to talk about with her. Anything in the library? Actually, we've already read a bunch of these things. These are the things we've accrued so far in our adventures, and I actually just took a moment to read them just from the pause menu. Nothing new here, including the locations. Bed. Time for bed.
Time for bed, Fox?
Sleep sounds good.
Yeah, I think just a head, but connected to a giant tube. And I'll say what you're thinking, Meerkat. Head game, probably on point. I mean, head game is probably all she can provide, but still. No, when the tool set is limited, that is when you know, an exemplary performance can really shine through. Shoulders only, shoulders minimum is a bit of a deal breaker, says Meerkat. I can't say I blame you. Shoulders present is the bare minimum. You're telling me you don't want the coil like a snake thing going on with the neck? Oh boy, I didn't realize the neck was that pronounced. It's a little bit unusual, a little bit disturbing. He's a clavicle guy. Valid. Can't say I blame him.
Good morning, Fox. Are you feeling better?
Wakey, eggs and bakey.
How am I supposed to feel better when I'm stuck in this place?
What do you think Fox did to deserve a sentence of 9,000 plus days in this lunar abyss mega prison?
I'm chalking that response up to you having a bad night's sleep, Fox. In any case, I've been looking into this Urian character. He's quite the proverbial can of snakes.
He said someone was hunting him down.
I should hope so. He's got a rap sheet as long as my neck.
Heh. At least she's aware of it.
Urian Caldecott. Wanted for historic crimes against the old colony. Treason, espionage,
Yeah, this is the human that controls the warden.
reckless endangerment of life. The list goes on.
2 pennies from the ticket penny dish without leaving a penny? Bro's lucky she didn't get fucking executed. It could have been so much worse.
At all costs. I've logged a mission request into the system for you.
Where I come from, you do that shit, they'll just fucking take your ass out right there. Nope. Judge, jury, all executioner.
It feels like it's in my head.
I don't know what that place was, but I believe Urian lured us there for a reason.
He mentioned something about prophecy.
Yes, well, there might be something to that. The Abyss still has secrets. We don't know much about the original prophecy, the one that drove the Church to build the Lost Colony. But we do know that they believed there was a heart to the Abyss. A place of immense power that would open up to those that were true believers. It seems Urian is a hangover from a time long lost. A dangerous extremist.
Yeah, that's her right there. So that's the human that controls the Warden. Oh, they were stuck together. There you go. That's the one opportunity. That's the one time where they're gonna grant a slightly lenient sentence, only slightly.
He told me he'd be waiting for me in Greymont.
While she's just staring at you, watching. It's weird because it seems like she sleeps as well. Her extremely long neck was coiled like a snake, and then when she woke up, she like and just like straightened out, and then like some of the neck went back into the wall. Which implies then, you know, it's possible that she's not just a head with a pronounced neck. There could be some like multi-head demon shit behind this wall that we're just not aware of.
Greymont.
Pretty comfy overall. I mean, it's, you know, a little bit stark as far as the barren walls and shit, but there's a rug. It's strangely spacious. And there is a library up top. With like with books where you can actually like read through the codex entries you've found thus far in the game. A little table, so I mean I've seen worse, that's for sure. I've seen worse as depicted in movies and TV shows.
It was the capital of the old colony, the birthplace of the Scourge. A powerful place.
Is she a robot? I mean, probably.
I can't help wondering if he's luring you into a trap.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Aelin or this lady? Because she's the human that controls the robots, controls the wardens. Or the one warden that we were controlling earlier, that is. As for Aelin, I'm not exactly sure. I know she answers to the Allfather, which is like the big boss of this prison, basically.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Can we go to the top of the library? We can, but we don't actually like walk around inside the cell. There's just like a little menu where you choose. Talk to Aelin, go to the library, go to bed. You can't actually like walk around from inside the cell though. Well, speaking of the Allfather.
Urian Coldicult accepted. Scout 5437, designation Folks, to report for duty. Bounty set at 4,000 days. Reduction to sentence.
It's a huge fucking reduction. Holy moly. So we went from, you know, 9,000 some odd days remaining in our sentence, and we did a task that reduced it by 100. If this will reduce it by 4,000, that's fucking huge.
I was hard on you yesterday. I admit that. But if you do as I say and follow my orders, you have a real chance of making it home one day. Anyway, it's time to go back to the Abyss and get to work.
So they really want us to try to help bring in this Uriel fella.
As you don't have a warden anymore.
Urian, not
use
Uriel.
An old disconnection point to triangulate a suitable location.
Uriel is one half step away from being called Urinal. And I think that's what I want to call
Luckily
him.
for you, it's exactly where
Doesn't
we
work
need
that
to
way.
go to open the way to
Life can be
Greymont.
unfair that way, sometimes.
Let's go. Connecting you to King's Reach.
Right, so like I said, so like right now we're speaking with Aelin, but if I go to the library, now we're up top. Now we're up top here. And still got like the gunk. You can like hear it sometimes. Still got like the fucking gunk that I have to, like the phlegm that's still making its way through. But yeah, these are the codex entries you can read either from here or from the pause menu. Nothing out of the ordinary there. In that case,
Would you like to
send me on,
connect to
lady.
the Abyss?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Me and Coach. By Coach, I mean jailer. Is that how we constitute the enemy waifu warden that we're controlling? Because normally the warden is like a physical being. that we take control of temporarily. But now we have this, like, anime waifu body that we inhabit. That is, like, I guess more spiritual. Or more, like, energy focused versus a standard corporeal form. We apparently launch a mini nuke anytime we spawn, too. Bam, 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 bam. One big glowy eye. Welcome to the Abyss. Oh, they're welcoming us. That's so nice. So considerate. And they gave us a gift.
I'm very glad that worked as intended. Welcome to King's Reach, Fox.
Yep. Oh, cathedral shit. All right. Now we got some Warhammer vibes. All right. All right, all right, all right. I mean, this, you know, we were talking earlier about church-esque and divine inspired set pieces. I think we're going to get this a lot more deliberately going from here on out. But yeah, this caught my eye. Oh, okay, I was wrong. I thought that was like a, when I see that golden light, I usually associate it with meaning a some kind of like health increase or some kind of power up, what they refer to as gifts. No gifts at the start at least, but we'll find them, I'm sure. Seek them out. Hanging towers. I see Meerkat launches Darktide. I mean, this would fit in so well as a level in Darktide. Holy moly, this would fit in so well.
Said the Old Father fought to seal the darkness away once and for all. Both here and back in the Old City, stopping the spread of the disease. The train line to Greymont has been sealed shut for hundreds of years. But if you're to follow the All-Father's orders and apprehend Urian, we'll need to find a way to break these seals and open the door. It's the only logical thing to do.
And if it's implied that Urian gave us this power, this body we can now inhabit.
Apollyon in the Weeping Meadows uses one as their sigil. They're a group of disconnected. They like to keep themselves to themselves. It won't be easy to get past their defenses, but they may know what this.
Oh, wardens. I mean, we're a warden, so yes.
I'm uploading the Weeping Meadows route to your objective system, Fox. The path is an old scout trail, but it won't be easy to navigate. Keep your wits about you.
That's no fun. Not sure what this is. I can't lock onto it, and there does not appear to be any discernible interaction with it just yet. But there's probably an ability we'll eventually get that lets us do stuff with those things. That's the corpse of a warden right there. Oh, bones, dude. Yeah, now I'm getting Warhammer vibes, man. We're getting like actual, like anatomically human things hanging and connected in fucked up ways. I mean. Send you work of wait no I'm sorry ascend you works of fate. Diddly dum. Poster. The fate is a company. Join and become great. Interesting. Unexpected. Go kind of investigate this guy over here too. Huh. Bits of like luggage and bones. Luggage and bones. Fucking pile of skulls, man. What the fuck? And dead, what are they called? Raw heads? The fucking first enemies you end up fighting? Yeah, the raw heads, these dudes. What's up, Ace Roy? Yeah, well, workers of fate. That'd make more sense. Because yeah, we just saw fate is, or I guess was, like a corporation or something. Get a little lore drop. Panic! They talked about a disease spreading. That was unexpected. Maybe the Scourge was like seen as a disease at first or something. I don't know. Some of the lore deets I'm a little bit wobbly on. Some of it's a little bit nebulous. And of course, part of it might just be my dumbass, where I'm like, you know, I get the streamer brain right. I only kind of skim things. I don't like fully read them always. In cases like this. If I was playing off stream, I might be able to absorb it a little bit better. Okay. A corpse of a rawhead and a human skull in either hands. Lot of bones, man. A lot of calcium here. A lot of unharvested calcium. Of course, this is where we spawned in. Obviously, we know we need to go that way ultimately, but I'm a little bit surprised to see that there's other, eventually, paths to explore. I think we only have one path available to us right now. Also, I was gonna say, yeah, what's going on with the head? Yeah, it's been graffitiified. Like torn. It's very, very tarnished. Oh, that's really cool. A little bit menacing, but like very badass looking. Blue. If I was a moth, oh my god, I'd be all about this light right now. I'd be fucking ecstatic if I was a moth right there. What's up, Grim? A good boning. Not this kind of boning, Alex. Everett. So we saw that name once before. So Orion is the one that wrote this note. I'm guessing we'll meet Everett soon enough. Funniest man. I mean, looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady. But I don't know. I mean, this is probably the warden they control. So maybe the dude just happens to be controlling a lady warden, a wardenette, if you will. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe it's a lady controlling a dude ward. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll meet them soon enough. Excuse me. Unexpected foliage. Unexpected flora. I mean, everything in this world so far has been so dead and soulless. Maybe not soulless, but like dead and like industrial. It's unexpected seeing, I mean, you know, well, of course, a dead tree is one thing, but yeah, like, I mean, presumably an actually living thing. Not a lot of that in this game. Not a lot of that. Drift mines. And I can't probably use the shield breaker to get through here. Can I just go through it? Nope. Oh, it damages you. Okay. No, not surprised. All right, well, I've explored everything in this little central area, so we shall proceed. Go the one path we know is available to us. Check that shit out. Yeah, and you can see even that there's going to be a bunch of areas we'll eventually need to connect to open that door. Presumably. Like something way up there. Now, yeah, I guess use some kind of ability to like grapple onto that thing or swing over to it so you can get to the other side of that guy. Unreliable narrator. Possible. Possible, yeah. Oh no, he's hot. I am fully confident and comfortable in my sexuality. And I'll agree, bro's got it going on. He can get it. What's this? It says, help us. Another dead warden. Also, I was wrong. The wardens do have a discernible booty. I mean, you know, there's no nipples and there's no, like, everything's, they got the Ken doll thing going on. And Barbie doll for that matter, where, like, you know, there's nothing in the front. No party in the front. But at least they got some booty action, so, you know, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. The Weeping Meadows, that's what we need to go for next, but I need to activate power first. More power. In fact, we could even just follow the coil. You know, it needs to go that way. Again, I love looking for, like, the bonus areas and, like, just the, I don't know, like, the set pieces and the extra bit of, like, visual storytelling. I like this kind of thing in games like this. It means I inevitably play games like this boring as shit. I know it's probably boring and annoying. How slow I is. Alex is so slow when he plays video games. Ah, joke's on you. I'm slow with all brain activity, thank you very much. Not just video games, but all walks of life. And Cognatius Thunk. It's this guy again. Can I talk to him? I can.
Oh. Hello again.
What if this is this game's equivalent of the Onion Knight from Dark Souls?
Have we met?
Like every time we talk to him, he's like kind of waiting around an area that we're about to open up. That's how he would talk if that was the case. So right, he doesn't recognize us because we were controlling a regular warden earlier.
Oh, right. You wouldn't recognize me with that.
Not an anime waifu.
Forms are ever in flux, some more than others. We may be many things in one lifetime. Did you find what you were looking for?
The shield breaker? Yeah, I found it.
We broke a lot of shields.
And was it what you expected?
I didn't expect anything. I was just doing as I was told.
Between expectation and reality resides only unhappiness. The world promises infinitely more than it bestows. Perhaps yours is the greater wisdom.
Imprisonment isn't wisdom.
Is that how you perceive your service? But please, don't let me keep you. I've all the time in the world, you see. And you have so very little.
All very mysterious. As is so often the case. So if I had to guess, this is probably where we're supposed to go. We're dead wardens. Well, actually, yeah, it's like when they're doubled over in this form, it seems like they were praying, and maybe they were at one point. But yeah, this one too. All very dead. Boink. Uncanny Valley. It's so human. It feels human, it says, but it still feels off. Somehow uncanny. We shaped it to suit our own needs, but even before we lay the first stone, this place felt strangely familiar, it says. Interesting word. Pareidolia. Pareidolia? Seeing patterns where none exist. Cool word. So we definitely need to go that way next. However, before I do that, once again, just one more little snooping around, and then I'll commit to the bit. I'm assuming we'll come back here sooner than later. Interesting, like bone effigy going on here. Did they fucking pierce him with a wooden stick like some motherfucking vampire? What did you think this guy was gonna be going? Not expecting vampire execution techniques in a game like this with a setting like this. If we'll eventually need to like jump from here to get over there somehow. That seems like there's a light over there and everything. It seems more than deliberate to say there's something over there that's worth in some ways. Stray beast. Okay. Person removed. Thank you, Aleph. That is good to know. That is potentially a bit of maybe not foreshadowing. Well, I guess yeah, kind of foreshadowing, kind of sort of. Blech. Yeah, we can't make that jump. We need some kind of thing to help us get over there. Yeah, faces in inanimate things. Yeah, just pattern recognition where there otherwise is none. Yes. That's something us humans love to do. We love to find patterns where none exist. It's like one of our whole ass thing. We love doing that shit. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's actually kind of cool, and I think it actually is probably a thing that has evolutionarily benefited us. Shield. And break on through to the other side. Are we on Earth? Well, we know that on the lunar prison colony, we're on some kind of moon thing. So I think this is like they said that what we're exploring right now is in the seemingly infinite abyss inside the surface, or inside like the core of the moon. So I think now what I don't know is if this was like, I guess, terraformed. Like were we trying to colonize at least a part of the lunar abyss, of this thing that this space deep inside this blood moon. Also, it's not exactly we haven't, at least I don't think we've learned where this moon came from, because it shows, in fact, if I look at this codex locations. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, the Abyss Resolve. Yeah. The first builders on Luna. So yeah, I think this is all within the blood moon that hovers over our planet. However, select level. Here we go. So prologue. Here we go. So this was what we saw at the beginning of in the beginning cutscene when we first launched the game. I think this is where the game is all taking place. It's like a blood, fucking like demon moon that hovers over the planet. It's a prison colony, but inside this planet and like the seemingly infinite void inside this moon is what we're exploring right now. I think. Is it not the moon? It's kind of unclear what exactly this is. I don't think it's a normal ass moon. There's something else going on here for sure. Something quite special about this. There's no guarantee that the planet that we're over is Earth necessarily. It looks Earth-like, but could it be something else? Totally possible. Totally possible, man. All I can think of is the shitpost where the guy's like, astronaut enters space colony, grabs gun, moon's haunted. What? Cocks gun, moon's haunted. Leaves, says nothing else. I laughed. The toaster laughed. I shot the toaster. We had a good time. Good times all around. Yeah, definite Warhammer vibes. Warhammer 40k vibes. Warhammer loves their fucking sci-fi cathedrals and shit. Maybe not to a megastructure degree, but still. Yeah, there's Warhammer set pieces that I think are... Well, set pieces that I think are more than a little bit Warhammer inspired. And that's not a bad thing. I love the Warhammer set pieces. I think that shit's fascinating. Alright, well. Only one way to go, and that... only one way to go, and that is down. Looks like we need to dodge some lasers, a la Mission Impossible, along the way. Oh! Go through it, that works too. Huh. Wasn't expecting this. Hello?
Now, here's a try for surprise.
Oh, this is Everett.
I've begun to think we were the only scouts left down here.
Oh, I see her. It's like, oh god, what was her name? Quelaag? From Dark Souls? She's even got the hair covering the nippers. The hair covering the nipulars as well.
What brings you to sunny old King's Reach, little one?
Not at all how I had expected the voice to sound.
Have you come from the Weeping Meadows? I'm heading that way myself.
I see. Off on holiday, are you?
I need to speak with HR.
No, not exactly.
It's not nice to tease, Everett.
Oh, I see her up there. Yeah. Orion. Presumably also controlled by a dude.
Apologies, little one. I suppose you must be out for salvage too. Not that there's much left.
And by the way, no, I'm not assuming. They even said Everett is the funniest man in this area. They specifically said Everett is a man. So I'm not misgendering. I'm not assuming. They straight up said M-A-N. The words were said.
Nowadays, combing the abyss for odds and ends. Sending technology back to Earth is the official line.
Oh, okay, so Earth is the planet we're over. That kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Problem is, these machines have been rotting for the better part of 2 centuries, so most of it's useless old shit.
Now, that's also some Warhammer shit right there. The idea that you have this incredible technology,